has marked a new beginning. Hope this transition will move us to a plane of joy and happiness. The world is now witnessing, as we all know, the third wave. If not this, we would have joined for this book launch. However, we all know that we have technology to help us. So thanks once again to all of you who have made out your time and joining this book launch. So please keep your cameras on, but at the same time, be on mute when others are talking. Thank you. We are brought to this earth for some reason, and our lives are designed expressly for our unique brilliance. It is true for all of us because we are reason. So we try to find out our purpose in life, and our lives are designed expressly for our unique brilliance. So when we say it is of us, I think you all appreciate that it is more so to our authors Sahana Sundar and Wisdomite, who were crafted to become express, and also to Anand, the hero of our story, who was crafted to become a coffee entrepreneur. Before we begin with our storyline, let's be graced by God, for He is who crafts our lives and pervades our destinies. Now, before we start with anything, I request Dhruti Samartha to submit to the divine energy through her rendition. Dhruti?
Hello, Amar. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Jaya Devi Sharade Vidya Visharade Jaya Devi Sharade Vidya Visharade Vidya Buddhi Prade Varade Varade Jaya Devi Sharade Gara
Dhruti, we are able to hear you. Dhruti? Back. Samartha, can you check? Okay. Dhruti, you can start again.
I am so sorry for the disturbance.
No issues, no issues. Please.
Jaya Devi Sharade Vidya Visharade Vidya Buddhi Prade Varade Varade Jaya Devi Sharade Shringara Rupini Shringeri Vasini Shringara Rupini Shringeri Vasini Prashanta Vadane Tamo Hari Varade Prashanta Vadane Tamo Hari Varade Jaya Devi ब्रह्महृदयेश्वरी देवी भागीश्वरी ब्रह्महृदयेश्वरी देवी भागीश्वरी पाहि परमेश्वरी तुषार शिखरेश्वरी पाहि परमेश्वरी तुषार शिखरेश्वरी भावरागलय ताळ ज्ञानाविलोले भावरागलय ताळ ज्ञानाविलोले काश्मीरपुरवासिनि वीणा विनोदिनी काश्मीरपुरवासिनि वीणा विनोदिनी जय देवी शारदे. Thank you.
Manasa, you muted.
Thank you, Dhruti, for seeking the blessings of Goddess Saraswati for all of us. She is the one who needs to bless us for any such activities, whether it is concerned with literature and anything which is concerned with the brightening of our minds. Thank you. Thanks once again. From a distant view, life looks similar for all of us. For there are events that are certain in our lives, right? But a closer view of life makes each of our lives so different. Experiences, the ecstasies, and the perception of every moment becomes so distinct. They become extraordinary. Capturing all these as is, like I just want to say, as is, needs a high definition camera backed by the software, which is the mind. After reading the book, I am super confident in saying that the authors here today, Captain Sahana Sundar, Wisdom Mind, have this kind of a high definition supersonic software to etch the life experiences of people around him. Quoting from Anand, never let little feats distract you seeking the path to your destiny. Aims in your heart, always with confidence and courage. Once again, this is true to our authors who have realized today of releasing this debut novel. Much acclaimed by reviewers. Narration says about Anand that Anand is an modern day saga that spans continents, lifetimes, and fertile of the authors. Let's wait to listen more about Anand from all those illuminaries who are here for the book launch. So I take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Radha Krishnan Pillai, who has accepted to launch this book to the world readers, an author himself who has brought Chanakya to the common man. Also, I'd like to welcome H.N. Suresh, Director of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Sri Shankar Venkatraman, veteran from finance and coffee industry, Vasanti Hariprakash, founder, storyteller at Pickle Jar. Welcome you, ma'am. Sri C.T. Joshi, journalist and author, Puttaraja Alige, co-founder at Adventure Works, and Captain Sahana Sundar, the founder of Spark Igniting Minds, and Wisdomite, who is another author of the book Anand. I would also like to welcome all the Sparkians, Kiran, Kirtana, Tejas, and the Spark community. I also would like all the patrons of Spark and many dignitaries, friends, family members of authors and All those who are present here have joined this program. So, on behalf of all of us here, I you to this program. Welcome. I'm also pleased to announce that iAsia News Music is a media partner. Live streaming is shared in 170 plus countries across the world. Proud that it is now a global event. Anand, the brew of dreams, passion, and love. It is a tale of success. It is a tale of romance amidst inevitable obstacles in the life of Anand. Business, Anand he is a champion of coffee in the whole of India. In romance, he explores his youthfulness by getting entwined with the pangs of beautiful ladies who lure him deeper into the depths of affection. At the same time, when Anand makes it to the top, unexpectedly, as it happens in most cases, his friends turn as foes and blow him off. How does their game plan work and how does it surface? How does Anand face it? How will he do to protect the passion for coffee? Will he be able to save the business he has built from scratch? All this you can get if you read the book Anand. Let's now get a glimpse of the book Anand from Kirtana Venkatesh, who is a passionate writer and has been playing a very supportive role in building Spark. Her passion for writing and her journalistic streak took wings when she joined Spark and started helping budding authors write books. I request Kirtana to share her perspectives of the book. Kirtana, can we hear from you?
Thank you, Manasa. Good afternoon and welcome to everybody. It's wonderful to see many fellow Sparkians after a very long time, after this hiatus with the COVID lockdown. So, and good afternoon, Radhakrishnan sir. Glad to meet you again. Hi, Vasanti, once again. With regard to Anand, it's been quite a journey. So, what I have to say is fiction has a power like no other form of communication. In fact, it has the power to immerse you completely into someone else's mind. In fact, for me, fiction is that melting point between the mind of the reader and the reader and the character. So the beauty of a fictional piece is fully realized only when a reader begins to miss the fictional world, begins to miss interacting with the characters. Once the last page is turned over and the book is closed, I personally often spend a few minutes ruminating about the experience of reading that book. As in, why did Hogwarts have only 7 grades? What if they had 8, 9, 10? Harry Potter would have been a longer series. Or did Lizzie really marry Darcy? And if she did, how was their life after that? How would Dominic and Howard Roark of the Fountainhead fame, be when they grow old? They were a very interesting couple. When I read the manuscript of Anand, the last page, in fact, left me with the very same feeling. As I wondered about what would happen next, when Anand finally realizes about his life and what he needs to do going forward, how does his relationship blossom as a father, with his children? How does he regrow his business to greater heights? I could smell the essence of freshly brewed coffee wafting through my mind by the time I finished reading the book. In fact, Anand may be inspired by the entrepreneurial spirit of Siddharth Hegde, but Sahana and Wisdom, they've brought up the central character of Anand to life in more ways than one. Anand is possibly just a boy next door, who's grown up with the brewing essence of coffee intertwined into his DNA. His love story across the 7 seas, the blossoming of young romance, the pain of separation, twice. You can in fact feel every ounce of that relationship that he has both with Alma and with Mira to your bones. But Anand is not just about a coffeepreneur. In fact, via this book, I would say Sahana and Wisdom have, brought to the fore the politics of coffee plantation and the influence of politicians in this very lucrative beverage business. They have brought to the fore the helplessness of planters and they connect with the soil of the land as they go to great lengths to protect their crop against all odds, be it natural causes, be it, political circumstances, every bit of it. and they shine the limelight of the rich traditions of Kodava culture and the highly significant and important role that women play in that particular part of the country. Good fiction, in fact, runs deep into the realms of psychology, sociology, and philosophy. And I think there are many writers out here who would agree with me. And it explores and uncovers paradigms that allow you to understand perspectives you've never seen before, both at the psychological level and the physical level. Anand, in fact, allows you to become a young lad with Anand himself, relate to the matriarchal spirit of his mother Kaveri, fly with the free spirit of Alma, who just loves samba like no one else. In fact, when I was reading parts about Alma, I could feel the enthusiasm that she had every time she listened to samba. You can embrace the cultural sea and the power of motherhood with Meera. You can feel the helplessness of Anand as the entrepreneur, and finally his realization and determination. And that is what makes up, even for the resilient spirit that we all have amongst us, and which keeps coming to the fore time and again, powering us to move on and move ahead in life. When you take off the guise of every character that you can relate to and set down the book Anand, you walk away changed. And I'm not saying it because I know Sahana personally, or I know wisdom for a while, but it's me as a reader who's telling you this. You begin to understand things you didn't understand before, and that definitely shapes your worldview. With this, I would like you to take a few excerpts, take a look at a few excerpts from the book, some of them which I really love, and I'm sure even you will enjoy watching them.
Prasanna, can you play those excerpts?
Oh, coffee, loud and fragrant drink you drive.
Can you play those excerpts from the book?
You're the object of that man's wish who studies night and day. You soothe him, you give him health, and God does favor those who walk straight on its wisdom way.
Prasanna, the volume isn't
Fragrant is musky, and he who sips your fragrant cup can only. Oh, coffee, loud and fragrant drink you drive care away. You're the object of that man's wish who studies night and day. You soothe him, you give him health, and God does favor those who walk straight on the wisdom way. Not suppose. Fragrant as musk your berry is, yet black as ink in sooth. And he who sips your fragrant cup can only know the truth. Insensate they who, tasting not, yet will find thirst and seek its help. God will the gift refuse. O coffee is our wealth to see. Wherever on earth it grows, men live whose aims are noble, true virtues who disclose. Anand felt awe seeing the beauty of a culture that did not judge young people in love. A million questions through her mind rolled down her smudged cheeks. She looked into his deep, dark eyes and saw maturity, love, passion, wisdom, and benevolence besides a hidden cheek. As Anand got of the bridge, thick and black clouds covered the sky. The water of Netravati below him appeared still. There was no questionable depths of stagnation, unlike his life. Anand sat beside her, staring at her calm, serene face. He wanted to tell her one last time how much she meant to him. He wanted to tell her jokes, make her laugh, sing Kodwa songs to her, sing samba with her, play samba music, tell her stories, and remind of the days they had spent together. Anand opened his eyes as the sun rays were piercing through his eyelids. The true realization was washing away the guilt, replacing it with a renewed sense of purpose.
Thank you, Prasanna. I hope y'all enjoyed, reading these excerpts. And as you know, before I pass on the stage back to Manasa, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Sahana and Wisdom for creating such an inspiring and wonderful literary piece. And I wish you both very great literary success. To everyone around here who's watching us live on the various live streams, as well as who are present here at the launch, please to pick up your copy and enjoy the book with a fresh brew of coffee. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirtana. I request Wisdom to switch on his camera. Wisdom? Okay. Manasa, you can continue.
Manasa, you're muted again.
Okay, thanks, Kirtana. You have brought out the multifaceted dimensions that have been brought in this book. And I also liked one comment which has been put up on this, that fiction is more realistic than reality. Mahesh Bhatt has mentioned that fiction is more than reality. That's how, to the real world, it connects you so closely as to what is brought in that book. So I'm sure that Anand is going to make a big mark. It is very close to reality and you feel it. So that feeling of the cold when once you are reading that book, so that kind of an experience is brought by Anand. So I'm sure that all our readers will love this and make this Anand a great success. So now we'll move on to the event, launch of the book Anand, The Brew of Dreams, Passion and Love, authored by Captain Sahana Sundar and Wisdomite. So I request Prasanna to play the video. I request all those who have this to make it visible on the screen. Anand. Sir Radhakrishnan Pillai.
Thank you, Radhakrishnan. Thank you, Siddhiki sir. Manasa. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Moving on, I said Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai is the one who brought Chanakya to the household when we have forgotten ancient wisdom, and he is the one who revived it and made Chanakya a household name. Now, the book launch speech by Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. Before that, I would like to introduce Dr. Radhakrishnan. Dr. Pillai is rated as India's #1 best-selling business author with 17 best-selling books on Chanakya, starting with all-time record-breaking sales of corporate Chanakya to children named Chatur Chanakya. He has readers from all age groups from across the globe. He is the founder and director of Chanakya International Institute of Leadership Studies at the University of. The institute with offering the world's first postgraduate academic program in leadership that is a Master's in Leadership Science. The research and outcome is helping students and leaders across the globe. He also teaches in various universities and educational institutions as a visiting. He has done over 1,000 lectures in institutions like National Defense College, Defense Services Staff College, Indian Institute of Management, Indian Institute of Technologies, Institute of Science, Reserve Bank of India, Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, and he has been a leadership and strategy advisor to over 500 organizations, including various corporations, government and non-governmental organizations. To name a few, Indian Oil Corporation, HPCL, Tata Group of Companies Industries, Aditya Birla Group, Mahindra and Mahindra, Indian Army, Navy, Air Force, Police, etc. So you can imagine that Dr. has created all the different stakeholders and different groups. Many national and international awards have been conferred on him. Some of them include Avishkar Research Award, International Yoga Day Organizer Award, Sardar Patel International Award for Contribution to Industrial Development, Rotary International Award in the field of education, Lokmat Award for Best Teacher of Philosophy, Fest Award received at the House of Lords Parliament, among many more others. He has been a part of various national and international projects of Government of India, including First International Yoga Day Academic Conference organized in USA by ICCR, New Delhi, and Consulate General of New York being the chief convener for this. He has also participated and presented papers in various conferences and seminars in universities and in over 20 countries. He has been rated as the top 50 management thinkers from India by thinkers50.com. He is on a mission mode ancient Indian wisdom in a modern format, especially literature is all Western oriented and it is getting drained and it's making no meaning. If you look at management literature, and there is a need for this kind of an ancient literature to be brought in the management space, management more meaningful. So we are fortunate that the book is launched by you, Dr. Radhakrishnan. I request you to take over and deliver the launch speech. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations, Captain Sahana ji, for the book launch. This is your.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You know, writing a book, especially when it's a maiden book, is an experience by itself. I can see the glow on her face. I can see she's been waiting for this event, and I know how important it is to have this kind of a book launch. Even though this was supposed to be a physical event, and I was supposed to be in Bangalore, and probably all of us would have been actually having a physical copy, not a digital copy. The good part is that in spite of all the challenges, on the decided date, the release is happening. So be it the challenges in the outside world, what we call as paristhiti, which is not under our control, she has kept the right manasthiti to make sure the book release happens. So congratulations on making sure that on the decided day it happens. And all the dignitaries present over here, I would like to also thank each one of you, because each one of you contribute to this book directly, indirectly. Friends, I thought I should, what difference can I add to this inaugural speech of a book? I don't want to tell about the story because I've already heard about the background of the story, some of the characters. But I want to actually, thank Captain Sahana, because I've been part of this journey right from the beginning. So it is nice to come up with a book, now release it, and now to talk something about it. I've been fortunate that I was able to go through right from the ideating stage. I was able to read the whole book, give some inputs, and of course write some review. So I would say that more than the book and the content, I would actually probably go through something which I liked about the style of writing, which is very important, and the person, the writer itself. Okay, so the book you'll get it on Amazon, the physical, digital copies will be there. But since there is a process which not many people know, I thought, I will talk about a little bit of a background. So I would say that, let us start the journey not only as an author, but somebody who is supporting authors. So that's where spark comes in. So, sometimes we don't realize that the passion that comes in has got a background. So I got connected to Captain Sahanaji when actually she called me for, training up some budding authors. So look at it, there's a background of writing this book about, the passion, not only as an individual, but as a group. So I see the collective people. And of course, you also have to write a book. The second thing which all of us have to remember is that she's got the writing skills even in her DNA, thanks to her journalist father. So, look at it. This is something that we say in our Indian culture that we have to give it back to those people who blessed us. In fact, this is one thing common between me and her because my father is also a writer. So if I have written 21 books, it is not because I am a great writer. Maybe you'll just get it in your DNA by the blessings of your parents. And her own book, she dedicates, the book to her father, husband, and of course the whole family. So I would say that it's important to remember those people who have made you what you are. So you have done that so beautifully. In this background, I like to probably spend a few minutes on the writing style. Remember that subject may be the same, the topic may be the same, but there are so many writers. For example, you look at Ramayana. Okay, Ramayana is not somebody's copyright, but everybody brings in a new dimension when you write about Ramayana. So that is very important to know that the story is unique, but there is something about the writing style. And I usually study the author's background along with what is the uniqueness of the writer. And I want to just point out a few points over here. Writing style is very simple. Writing style is very unique. Why am I telling you this is because, writing can be a very lonely journey. Writers don't give, great extempore speeches when they're writing. Writers have to get into a small den, which we call the individual space. Maybe if you're writing on a laptop or the piece of paper. And that is where creativity happens. You have to enter into yourself before you actually express in words. If you look at the characters, each of the character has been described so beautifully. And that is what comes as a unique thing, the way she has described everybody, of course, right from the hero, Anand, to the woman and everybody around, that makes it a very, very unique part of it. But what is very important is that the first impression that everybody gets, and of course, Captain Sahana has mentioned it will be directly compared to Siddhartha, of course, our Coffee Day founder. And she's already clearly said this, yes, even though the story may start with Siddhartha, but there's much beyond that. And let me tell you, she had kept Siddharth's character, even though not the they have belittled anything, saying that, what he right and wrong. That's not the point. You can get inspired, but you can actually give respect to the character. And all of you must be seeing the latest news that happened 2-3 days ago also, that his wife is currently turning around the company. So from maybe 1,000 crores to maybe, from 7,000 crores, she's bought into 1,000 crores. So that's where I find, the kind of a role that women play in every man's life and vice versa. In the introduction of the book, we also heard about the matriarchal system that's very prominent in the South Indian part of our culture. And I come from Kerala, and you see if it's Bangalore, even if you look at it, Andhra, look at Tamil Nadu, the matriarchal system is very powerful. Okay, it's a very part of a social system. So the woman over here, and of course, Sahana ma'am herself is a very dignified woman who has worked in the uniform and that kind of a professional background. You see ladies. Each character commands a respect, not demands a respect. And that's the power of a writing style. And that's very important that, the woman in the book have that amazing kind of a contribution by the very presence and the way she has described it. And the last point which I want to mention is basically the storytelling. This is not storytelling, this is story writing. You have to visualize, and when you get into reading a book, you build a new world around yourself. You flow into the world, you build your own world, and when you come out and say, wow, there is some connection of these characters with me. And that's what a beautiful writer does. So the writer takes you into their world, but they actually connect you to your world. I repeat that. A writer takes you into their world, but finally connects you to your world. So even if it's a fiction, let me tell you, there are realities of fiction also. I would like to end up for all the new budding authors, because I know that's also your mission in life, that she's helping so many authors. There are 3 processes that an author goes to, especially when you're a first time author and you don't know the process. The first stage is writing. The second stage is publishing. And the third stage is selling. So I would say that congratulations, you're on the third stage. Writing has happened. Many people can write books. That's actually not a book. It is called a manuscript. People think if I've written something, that's a book. It is not. It's that's where the publisher comes in. And congratulate the publishers also for giving it the right shape. So right from the font size to the cover design. Look at the cover design, so beautiful, right? It's painted and there's a lot of creativity around it. The color combination. Believe me, it's not easy to design a cover. To deciding the right pricing, to making sure that these feedbacks and these reviews come on the back page. A lot of things. So let us not forget that's a major contribution to every book. Writer, publisher, but now the third part, all of us present over here have to contribute, the selling part of it. Because you can have a great book launch and it is there. But I would say that the best gift you can give to any author is not a bouquet, it's not a pen. By the way, all authors get lots of pen and they forget that today people write less and type more. So definitely you should give them lights gift. If this was a physical event, I would have also gifted something. But the best gift that you can give to an author is to promote the book in our own little way. It only requires a little bit, I not say a little bit, it just requires a large heart to say that, I will read your book, I will buy your book, I'll share it on the Facebook, maybe I will put some positive comments around it. So my request to everybody attending over here, please read the book, promote the book, and I'm sure this is going to be on the bestsellers list. And very soon, maybe somebody will pick up this, make it into some movie or a web series, because that is where creativity starts. So with that, I would like to congratulate the author, the publisher, and of course, all of us would be sellers for being part of this launch. But this is only the start of the journey. And we will be together. Yes, I promise that I'll be part of this journey, not only till here, but till we achieve what we call the Amazon bestseller list. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thanks, Dr. Radhakrishnan.
And I would like to say one thing. It is wisdom also has contributed equally in writing, sir. Yes, it is.
Okay, a few things which I really liked about what Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai said is the women in the book command respect. So when I read the book, that is what I felt. Every person, every character is in such a beautiful way that you start appreciating each of these characters. And then what happens in the mind of the author becomes an experience in the mind of the reader. So that is another important dimension to it. So thank you so much for making it possible, and we are really you for having accepted our invitation and coming over and making it to launch this book. Thank you so much. Moving Anand is about a coffee entrepreneur, as Radhakrishnan said, and resembles very much B.G. Siddhartha, who was the coffeepreneur of this country. There are very globally, and we all know that India has one and only coffee entrepreneur who revolutionized the coffee culture, that is B.G. Siddhartha. We have with us Shankar Venkatraman, who was a close Siddhartha, and one point to be noted here is that he was sitting next to Siddhartha day office for 27 years. He held multiple responsibilities, including board membership in several Siddhartha companies. Now I request Shankar perspectives about the book Anand and also some of your experiences. Sir.
Thank you so much for the opportunity and for the introduction, for the kind words. 27 years is too long a period. Yes, I agree. Mr. Siddhartha, more than a perspective of the book, I just wanted to share some of my reminiscences with him. The book is, but before that, the book is, I must tell you, is extremely well written, extremely well researched, and the language, I must tell you, is amazing. A lot of times, no, I don't read too many English novels or whatever. The best thing I have done is I've read the Frederick Forsyth's I think the language was very similar to me, and the amazing. And I think the art for the English teaching it gives is wonderful. Anyway, some of the quotes I can even quote wherever I think very appropriately you have done, and some of them very aptly describe Mr. Siddhartha as well. His love, his compassion, his magnanimity, his empathy. I think she has very aptly captured everything. Yes, it's a story, so it has got a very nice ending, which I liked. I wish it were like that only. Unfortunately, we miss him. It's a very tough feeling for me whenever I get to speak of him or meet his people. Tears roll down. It's very difficult for me without him. He kind of gave me an opportunity to be part of the best in the world. Samartha not excluding. It's a very, very different and difficult feeling, him being not here. I wish I wish a book was written like this, and maybe Captain Sahana should have contacted me much earlier. We would have shared a lot of our interactions or whatever our like they say, the several blind people looking at the elephant. I would have given my perspective as well. Quickly, I will go through. He was I have to tell something about him, so you can also see how Captain has brought the very nicely brought his attributes. He used to be a person who can pick people very rightly, extremely good in assessing people. One look he will do. He knows what the person is capable of, and once he trusts somebody, he will always trust. I think that these things are very nicely brought in this thing also. Some people may say how so fast some of the characters blend with him quickly, even the first love and all that. Basically, I think for me it is his ability to spot something intricate, innate, intimate, and very deep. He has the extreme ability to quickly realize what a person or what he is all about. And even this coffee opportunity which he foresaw, he was actually a visionary much before anyone even could think of even such a venture. Yes, he's an entrepreneur. He had his business acumen, did a lot of other things which any business the person will have to do. But in identifying and spotting, talent spotting or even business spotting, he was miles ahead. Much before anyone could think of it, he sort of brought the equity research based investment for his initial stock exchange things. While he is being a planter by birth, his father gave him some money. He used to always tell this. Maybe Putraj may validate this little later. His father gave him some money to go spend and come back, not worry about the results. So he went to Bombay. He got in touch with Mahendra Company and other people. He had an excellent tutelage of people along with him, peers, Durgesh Nemish, Vallabh, doyens of the industry, and then learnt everything. And he came back to Bangalore to set up his investment arm, Shivan & Co. it was called. And subsequent to that, coffee was always at the back of his mind to make it happen. So as it was pointed out in the book in somewhere, he actually was making resources for making his coffee dream come true. He was in the forefront of making from the coffee community, from the coffee board, free. and gave them respect, livelihood, resources, and even wealth. Uh, one of the prime example is that after this coffee thing was set up in 1996, the first Cafe Coffee Day was born. Before that, he actually ensured that he counted the number of footfalls. He went with his eye, very minute details he went into, and then made the first Cafe Coffee Day. He knew that it is going to be a success. He believed in the team, and he put the right people, systems, everything in place, slowly but steadily. And those days where in 8-kilometer radius there used to be only one cafe. Later it became in 1 kilometer radius there used to be 8 cafes. So that was the phenomenal kind of growth he achieved. Yes, every business goes through cycles, and he was also no exception. Having said that, but his commitment to people, commitment to the business was amazing. He has worn multiple hats, been through the thick and thin, whether it was a last level person in the office or another board member. He treated everyone with equanimity. It was an amazing grace, I would put, and I don't know how to express this. It was pure love, without which I don't think anyone can make believe this. It is impossible. And he supported a rightful cause. He always used to tell, don't worry about failure. What I don't like is only the lack of effort. Okay, so you can see all these traits beautifully being brought in this whole, if you call it as a story, yeah, it is there. And it is amazing how Captain Sahana could get into the psyche of this person and so beautifully bring about all the traits. Like persons like me who have been dealing with him on a daily basis, of course, very officially, nothing about his personal thing. But I don't know how she is able to bring in all this. That means she must have done phenomenal amount of research, talking to people, finding out things. Otherwise, no, it's not just a story. It is a lot of these things. Other than the story masala part of it, a lot of other things are very true portrayal of Siddharth himself. Samartha would readily agree to this. Also, the adventure portion later Puttraj is going to tell, I suppose. He's a very I don't know. He's a blitz spirit, very restless, wanting to achieving is one thing, but wanting to make a mark and wanting his people as in our. He wanted to make a brand out of India, out of Coorg or Chikmagalur, the way whatever you want to put it. He has brought smiles in so many people's faces. Once we went to Oberoi with him, so one of the waiters, they came in, sir, I'm your protege, and my own colleague is in New York serving people. You gave me a life, sir. So this was an authentic statement. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable. We were all shocked. So many of us, we never knew this. Yes, he has brought in a lot of people, gave job, all that is okay, but the spirit he has inculcated into them, every single one of them, they have interacted with them. They are all 10th pass, 11th pass, nothing phenomenal, but he made ordinary people extraordinary. I think that you have made a very telling statement in the whole thing. Jealousy, you know, in all the emotions you have brought in, and Dr. Radhakrishnan has told everything. I don't have to repeat. I am not an author, neither a good eloquent English speaker or whatever, but he all the other passions, emotions, everything is there, right? But as a person, as an individual, he is beyond compare. Not just because I worked under him for so long, etc. Never ever he used to tell me as he works under me. He will always introduce me. He's one of my colleagues. He's my trusted colleague, he used to say. Once I asked him, sir, one of the rare moments I used to ask him, sir, how do you manage this kind of undercurrents and so many things? Shankar, one thing in life, I trust people. That's it. This one particular word hit me very hard. I always felt the other person is not to be trusted. I have to be always guarded. He never said, I will never distrust anyone. I will put trust as the first thing. It will happen. Why worry? We will see always. He is beyond compare, Captain, and all the other people. I think it's a very great honor to be part of this thing. And it's a wonderful tribute to him. through you. And I'm sure book lovers and even others, they will definitely find themselves reflecting in this whatever characterization you have portrayed. He's a hero, no doubt. He's a hero, and I'm very happy that you have resurrected him in this at the end. So fantastic! Congratulations, and we wish all success for this effort, and many more to come from you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Can I take a minute, if you don't mind?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, you know what happened? I was so captivated by Sahana ma'am and everybody around that I actually forgot to mention about wisdom. And when you so I would just take 1 minute because I had prepared my notes, because as an author, when you speak, you have the habit. So can I take a minute to just complete the wisdom part of also?
Yes, please.
Yes.
What happened? The wisdom is coming and going. I think there's an internet connectivity. I'm not sure whether it's around. So just want to tell that, you know, it is not just Captain Sahana's book, it's a co-authored book. And in co-authoring, the writing style I spoke her, but the writing style of wisdom also comes into a very important part. He's from Nigeria, as many of you know, and you know he's having a publishing house. But what is important is that he's also a writer. Okay, and he's been writing children's book also. And let me tell you, it's very difficult to write a children's book. You know, when you write for a children, you have to be childlike, but not childish. Okay, I like to bring in that point. You cannot be childish because the beauty of the language has to come in. But at the same time, you have to be childlike. You have to correct to a child. So I can see that, you know, the kind of a co-authoring that happens is merging of two styles. And therefore, I would say that, you know, the contribution that comes is a unique style. Of course, Sahana ma'am just spoke about, but he also understands publishing. I would say it's not just an Indian book, it's a global book. There are two authors from two different parts writing on a subject which is already global. Okay, so I think I also want to pass on my congratulations to both the authors. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Wisdom, are you there?
What is not happening? I forgot him because he was coming and going.
Yeah, the connection is bad, so that it doesn't get the network. Yes.
Thank you, Shankar Narayan sir, for giving a live sketch of when we say that you have spent 27 years with him. I understand how it would be. Multiple moments, right? And the actions, whatever the thinking went behind CCD, you can see it in the outcomes. So how the brand grew and what is it today and happened with that brand. So it would end with the dream, without the dream and vision of Biji Siddhartha. So I think him, that's a very great thing, because at this book Anand, today we have an opportunity to think about such a great visionary who thinks about others. And when you said in an organization, when he talks to everyone in the same manner, it is not such an easy thing, right? So we all have some egos behind us. But the thing is, if you have them so down to earth and appreciate everybody and know everyone by name, is a very, very unique and a great character. I understand that he was a very passionate leader, and you have really picturized your journey with that Coffee King so well. Thank you so much for joining us and talking about Biji Siddhartha. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. So we move on, and now we look for experiences by Vasanti Hariprakash. I request Naina to take over and present profile before you of Vasanti Hariprakash.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Naina. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, we can. Yes. Yes, Naina, you are.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure and privilege to introduce Vasanti Hariprakash. She was nicknamed Bangalore's Sunshine Girl by her listeners over a decade back for being the voice of Bangalore's primetime show, Good Morning Bangalore. She is presently the founder-editor of Pickle Jar, a media company that helps people and organizations to share their stories, to tell their stories. Vasanthi Hari Prakash is an award-winning radio anchor and TV journalist, a public speaker, and voice of the popular podcast The Dosa King on Spotify. Her career this far has taken through the New Indian Express, All India Radio, Indie TV, and a South Asia series documentary on the BBC World News. Vasanthi has done extensive travel by road and rail solo through the interiors of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and recently West Bengal for elections, where she shines the spotlight on common people, especially women in the remotest parts. For this in-depth storytelling, Vasanthi won the UNFPA-backed Ladli Award in 2020 for gender sensitivity in journalism. Vasanthi speaks to her audiences in Kannada, Tamil, Hindi, and English. She was also a mentor on invitation by the US Consulate in Chennai to guide young adults towards their goals. May I request Vasanthi Hari Prakash to share a few words, please.
Thank you, Nayana, and thank you. Congratulations to Captain Sahana Sundar. Elrigu namaskara, and it's such a pleasure to be virtually present on an occasion that releases some more wisdom to the world, some more magic of the words that tell a story, that tell a very important story. When Captain Sahana approached me, I was in the midst of travel again, as Nayana was now saying, that my work and calling, particularly rural India, is of great interest. So I was telling her that, but I will not be able to read the book, which is the whole, the hero of this moment. So is it even right on my part to be, because I know I will be able to join in from another place. And she said, no, that's fine. I want you to be present. So thank you for making that exception. I'm very proud to be with you in this very important ghalige of your writing, Captain Sahana. You see, the Japanese have a very interesting term for people like me, who have a pile of books, who buy books, who keep buying books, but don't find the time to read them. So you see that one book, and I'm really lucky because more of my friends in journalism and media are also turning authors. So, every time you pick up that book and say, oh my God, this is something. And then, of course, you're reading world authors, then there are audio books. And I'm just thinking, okay, now it's 2022, and how many books did I actually manage to read? 21, and I was feeling one day very frustrated. Because though I'm an early morning person, around 5:45, I do wake up, and I make it a point to at least have the first 20 minutes of my day start with reading something. Right now, also there's a huge backlog. I'm reading about the social reformers of Karnataka, from Basavanna to Allama Prabhu to Akka Mahadevi. And since I schooled in Uttar Pradesh, I am yet to catch up with great souls in the south. Then I read this. I came across this article where it said that the Japanese have a term called Sundoku, Tsundoku, which stands for those of us who genuinely want to read, but are able to read only so much compared to how much is pending. And I felt very comfortable, which means to say I'm not alone in this helplessness. Likewise, there is an author who also coined the word called, all of us love to have our own little library. I mean, that's true. You see somebody like Mr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, Aurela, they write so many books that you have no other scope but to buy and also keep a little library. But this author used a word called anti-library, which is a stock of books that are yet to be read, that are pending to be. So Captain Sahana, your book is also in my anti-library, but I will get to it very soon. I will just take a few minutes because I know that there are people here who are aspiring authors and people who are quality authors, and my, namana to all of them, because that is something very important that you have done, which is not just to turn an individual author who is in her own prapancha of writing and building characters who come alive, but you are building a world, a community of writers. It is natural, sahaja, ये तो मतलब बहुत natural सी बात है कि अगर आप लिख रही हैं तो आपके जो पढ़ने वाले हैं उनकी संख्या तो होगी, मतलब वो एक अलग सी दुनिया है. But you are also building a community of writers. That is something which is very that's almost like what my grandfather, my late grandfather, Mr. Rangarajan, who used to quote Shakespeare to Wordsworth to the Upanishads, everything, he was very good in oral storytelling, very captivating, when even elders would come and sit around him. And so, like how he would say Vidya Dana, this is also, according to me, a kind, no less a dana. And what I mean to say is that it is a contribution when someone who feels very hesitant otherwise, that is my story able to make sense? Do I have it in me to write, to be able to be read by others? That building of that self-esteem and confidence in a person is very, very important. It's almost teaching a person to fish than just give that person a fish, like how the saying goes. So that is empowerment of a very different, different kind. It's not just empowerment, I would say enrichment. And why do I say this? Because I come from the world of what gets called content. Today, anything that you say, and in the media world, this word content or content, as we South Indians pronounce it, is sometimes as if it's a very dry thing, as if it's just words. But that's not true. The fact of the matter is that words are artha garbhita, which is that they have so much within them. Why do you use a particular word to convey one sentiment? And our Indian languages, whether it's Tamil or Malayalam or Kannada or Odia or Kashmiri, the thing is that there are things where English won't even come close to depicting. The other day, I was not feeling too well last week, and my friend asked, "How are you right now?" All of us are going through various shades of this Omicron and all that. And I said, there is a word in Kannada which is called, if I just say, "Oh, I'm well" or "unwell," "ill," "feverish," doesn't convey. But there is a beautiful word in Kannada which is called irsumursu. You see? So it's like there's somewhere between unwell and uncomfortable. That thing can be captured by, it's not like I'm severely ill. So that is the power of words. And these are words that go into writing. And this writing then creates a world. It creates characters. I have been listening to Mr. Venkatraman, to all our speakers, Dr. Mr. Pillai, and I'm just, the moment they're saying about Anand, oh wow. So when I actually go and read that book, it's going to pique my curiosity some more, saying, okay, so what actually happened? Oh, this is Siddhartha's story, isn't it? So writing is something which also creates empathy. And isn't that what we need in today's world? When there is more and more hate around us. We didn't start off being like this. Right? So when we have traversed some more years in this great civilizational journey of ours, in a country like India, Bharat, where we are so good in our traditions of oral storytelling, that even the greatest of wisdom has come through, even before the written word, it came through, Shravana and also the thing of telling. I think it's beautiful Captain Sahana, that you have launched one more book. I really wish that this book now gets into the realm of modern and contemporary words. You know, as a today's storyteller, that's my wish for you. That's my dua for you, which is that it should become an audiobook. It should be that, you know, people keep your book under a tree in a school, read it out to children, and those children are listening to that. They have their own kalpana and imagination, and they in turn try to articulate it by writing some more books of theirs. And so that's how a book is meant to be enjoyed. It is a rasa. It is not just words left high and dry. Because the best way to create a more kinder, gentler world is to read each other, is to be in, you know, the moment when you enter the character of Anand, then you actually realize in your mind what Mr. Siddhartha must have been going through. And that's what reading and writing does. It just takes you straight, it transports you into that world. If all of us, you just have to close, you know, if I were to say, you know, Kirtana had made me do a workshop on how to build a narrative and storyline in the Spark workshop some months back. And while writing that, that's exactly what I was saying, that life is full of raw material around us. The ingredients are right there. Some of us may choose to just say it to our children. Some of us will write it. Some of us will do it as an audiobook. Now, of course, there is all the more competition of Netflix and binge watching so many things. And there is many people feel that, oh, we don't read enough. You know, what one gets called FOMO, the fear of missing out. But I would say that that's all right. As long as we are consuming, we are taking in, we are soaking in the stories of somebody who wrote it, right? Even Netflix, whoever has written is a storyteller, was written, scripted, and we are taking it in this form for now. Let's also make time for reading as much as we are listening while we are washing the dishes or cooking the audiobooks. The more important thing is that we are in touch with the world of words. How you choose to do it is totally up to you. And that will make us all better individuals. That will make us custodians of a world which we need to pass on to the next generation so that we keep it just as beautiful without hate and venom, but with this constant sambhrama of good people, good characters, good action and thoughts. I wish wisdom and you, Captain Sana, more writings and more ananda in your journey as storytellers. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Vasanti, for that nice delivery. Two things which I would like is that one, you said about the reading habits. Okay, probably the multidisciplinary education culture which is going to step in, the liberal arts education which we are expecting, I think that is going to change the whole like till now and what will be happening in future is, I'm sure that it is going to change. So reading books becomes a good habit of everyone. And secondly, I also liked the way you are bringing the regional language with English, using some key mixing with the English language was also very brilliant. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us and giving our perspectives about and about the book as Anand. Thank you. So we move on with the experiences of another stalwart who is with us, H.N. Suresh. H.N. Suresh has captured the eyes of the world through his works on the paintings of the Nabho Mandala, that is the galaxies. Thanks for accepting our invite to be a part of this program. Thanks for joining. H.N. Suresh is the director of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bangalore. He is an accomplished artist of Karnataka, versatile personality. He has a long career in multiple organizations. He always has kept his creative expressions on the top. See, when we talk about creativity, creativity is a painful process for some, right? People say that it's a painful process. Some people say it is like a child coming out of the womb of a mother. But the satisfaction at the end of the process is the difficulty taken, the pain taken. Okay. Several one-man painting exhibitions organized at Max Muller Bhavan, Alliance Franchise, Lalita Kala Academy, and other prestigious institutions. A very, very veteran, a senior person is with us. He has held and he is also holding a number of important public positions. These include membership of Karnataka Sangeeta Nritya Academy and Lalita Kala. He was the director, programs and projects with the Bangalore Center for Bharati Vidya Bhavan. He is also an art critic for Indian Express Group of talks on performing arts and visual arts, and regularly talks are being broadcasted over All India Radio and Doordarshan. He has been recipient of the Academy's Karnataka Kalashri Award, which is one of the highest awards for artists, Karnataka Kalashri Award. He has also been awarded the State Lalita Kala Academy Award in 2007. So now we have Karnataka Kalashri H.N. Suresh. Sir, over to you, sir, please. Will you be able to speak, sir? I'll connect you on the call. There in the program. Call.
Who is muted?
Yes, I'll call 1 second.
Suresh sir, can you unmute yourself? I think you have muted.
Sir.
Hello.
Sir, can you speak, sir?
Yeah. I speak. First of all, congratulations to Captain Anand and of course Wisdom Ji. Both have joined together.
Thank you, sir.
And today they are all the pleasure, which is a love of labor. And I noted many things to say, but all my friends on the panel, Radhakrishnan Pillai, Shankar Venkataraman, and Ji, everyone has finished. What else I got to add? I was just thinking about it. I tell everybody, it's I who asked them to speak like this. So this is how this 188 page novel of the Captain Sahana Sundar and the Wisdomite with 22 chapters is with all useful glossary and the insights into Kodava culture and all that has been very beautifully brought out. And for me, particularly because I have connected with Kodava for over 50 years, the glossary is not all the terms that are used throughout the novel is very logical. Stories too, and the storytelling, and this very strong opening that she has made, and also the absorbing story throughout, and dialogues, unique style, all this makes this book a wonderful one. And my only wish or the suggestion would be that this book, though it is reading habits have actually come down among the people, as rightly earlier mentioned by Vasanti ji, but it does not permit us to make it in different languages, including Kannada. And I think that would be a good idea to make it a film. Has been already, many people have said it, it's good if that comes through. Anyway, the Anand himself dreamed big and achieved, and I think that part of the spirit has to be carried on by and the Wisdomite to bring up, creating this book. Nothing could stop them because they have been already proved. It's a story of a most successful man. But the here and there you can see his own self-destruction parts are there. And of course that has created rather depth into the novel, and these are the nature created issues. Mark also needs to be congratulated on this occasion, having brought out this wonderful publication and very elegant book. And of course, everything what I was wanted to talk has already been covered by Radhakrishnan ji and Shankar Venkatraman, Vasanti Prakash, and I'm sure whatever I have not said that others would, including C.T. Joshi ji, the very well-known journalist and associated with this production right from the beginning, would say it. And Bharati Vidya Bhavan will be more than happy to associate itself in promoting this book. And I once again heartily congratulate Captain Sahanaji Sundar, whom I had an opportunity to interact for a while, and of course we exchanged very good ideas. And also I congratulate Wisdom once again. And it's a great opportunity for me to be part of this book launching session. Unfortunately, I joined on the laptop and on the phone, and my good wishes. And it's a great feeling with all these wonderful people who have been the part of book launching session. Namaskar. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your support for this book. And then, in fact, whoever read the book has praised it, saying that it captures your imagination, and end of it, we feel as though we have watched a highly engaging movie. And apart from that, what you said, that bringing it to the local language, Kannada, is a very good thought. And I think because the story of the hero is the Karnataka, and the Kodava culture has been depicted in this story very well. So thank you so much for joining and making this.
One more point I would like to add. Normally the novels are written by one person.
Yeah.
And now people are joining together and made this book. But once you start the book and see, you don't see that two people are writing this book.
Correct.
It's such a blend is there that you don't find any difference. In fact, one is a Nigerian origin person, and here is a Pakka Kannadati with us. And what the blue is there. It is amazing, and this is the best part of the novel to me, because I don't see any difference in the way of thinking nor in the way of writing. The whole story ತುಂಬಾ ಓದಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದು something extraordinary. Two people joining together to bring one novel itself is a great idea.
Yes, sir. True. Very much.
Sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So thank you, sir. Namaskara.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಬಂದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಕಾಲ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Okay.
ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. So that was H.N. Suresh, the director of Bharati. And now I hand this over to Naina, to the next speaker, to talk about the next speaker, C.T. Joshi. Naina, please.
Okay. C.T. Joshi. C.T. Joshi is a senior journalist with 5 decades experience in English and Kannada journalism, both in the print and electronic media. His pictorial biographical feature, Embodiment of Integrity, was published on the Times of India website, Speaking Tree. He has served as the editorial consultant for Times of India Kannada and chief reporter at Deccan Herald, Karnataka's largest English daily. He was also the special correspondent, India Press Agency, Delhi for Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Kerala. He also drafted and edited Code of Journalistic Conduct published by Karnataka Madhyam Academy, and has contributed as the chief editor for the History of Bengaluru Metropolitan Transport Corporation. He has participated in several He has participated in several panel discussions on Akashwani and Doordarshan on Lok Sabha and Assembly elections. He has delivered the keynote address at seminar on Press Council of India organized by Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. He has coordinated several training courses for rural journalists. He has received several awards for his contribution to journalism. To name a few, he received an award in memory of Dr. Nadi Krishnamurthy as Karnataka's pioneer of journalism training and D.V. Gundappa Award for being a distinguished Kannada writer. Award and honorary membership, Indian Federation of Working Journalists, and also award by journalists of Belgavi, Karnataka. Sir, you have already written a very realistic review of the book. Now we would like to hear from you. Over to you, sir. Over to C.T. Joshi, sir.
So, Joshi,
Hello?
just 1 second.
Hello, Joshi sir, are you there?
I can see him, but I think he's on mute. Joshi sir, if you can hear us, you'll have to unmute.
Yeah. Yeah. Kirtana, if you can call him.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joshi sir is just connecting back. He had some issues with the connection, but in the meanwhile, may I request everyone to please take a look at the link that has been shared in the chat and purchase your copy of Anand that is now available on Amazon. Thank you.
He has logged out actually. CT
Yeah,
Joshi.
he's just logging back in. He had a connectivity issue, Manasa.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you, Nandini. I hope you enjoy reading Anand as much as many of us here have read.
Kirtana, I just purchased the copy of Anand and I'm reading Storm Beneath the Grey. Lovely book.
Thank you so much.
I completely resonate, that Sundoku, an anti-library. That's something I really need to start building on and start reading goals.
What was the response, Kirtana?
Let's we can go ahead with
shall we go with?
Yeah, and then we can.
Okay.
And later we can.
Yes, Kirtana. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I think we can continue because I think he's having some issues logging in. We'll move on and then come back to Joshi sir.
Okay. Thank you. So we'll connect back with CT Joshi in a few minutes from now. Meanwhile, I would like to welcome Puttraj Alige, another associate of a long associate of VG Siddhartha of Cafe Coffee Day. He was the president of and served for 20 years. He headed international business and was instrumental in pushing CCD brand in multiple countries. So whatever Siddhartha had the power is because of people like Puttraj Alige, who has supported him in almost all his ventures. So I'm very happy that Sir has joined, Mr. Alige has joined. To tell about Alige, passionate mountaineer and is the founder of Adventure Works. I hope you have heard about this, which comes out with a lot of products on mountaineering. And we have Puttraj Alige. Over to you, sir. We would like to hear from you, your experiences and your perspectives.
Thank you, Manasa. You will have to pardon me for not switching on the video because I seem to be having trouble with the internet connectivity. So I will go on audio. Is that okay with you?
Fine, sir. Perfect. No issues.
Yeah.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about that again. Captain Sahana and Wisdom, thank you so much for honoring me and inviting me to this occasion. I don't know whether I am qualified enough to talk in front of so many stalwarts who spoke so well about this particular book. I would like to keep it as brief as possible and tell you all about what I actually understood or felt about this book when I first got it and when I went through the whole book. It is a wonderful book. Somewhere it is captured the spirit of Mr. Siddhartha and the storyline goes so realistic that Captain Sahana, despite not working under him or not knowing him personally, like Shankar mentioned, I do not know how she managed to capture so many characteristics of Mr. Siddhartha in this book. It is a phenomenal book, very simple to read, and the storyline goes so beautifully that once you take up the book in your hand, you will complete it and then only you'll drop the book. It is so good. I worked for Mr. Siddhartha for 20 years, out of which about 11 years I was reporting into him directly. There is no book can justify what he has done to this society, because if somebody has to write about what actually Mr. Siddhartha has done, one or two books are not enough. It has to be probably 10 or 15 different volumes of books, because the kind of the vastness, the width and the depth of subjects he was involved in, it's just not coffee. It could be technology, it could be logistics, or it could be anything related to the social work, be it education sector. Everywhere he was involved, but he ensured that the larger society really doesn't get to know about what all contributions he was doing. So there's so much more one can write. But coming back to this book, despite taking him as the inspiration, as a role model, to write a storyline, Captain Sahana and Wisdom have written the story or a fiction in such a beautiful way that it almost looks real. And it is, like I said, it is a very, very simple book. When I first got the book in my hand, I was pretty reluctant. I had this brazenness that, I know my boss better than anyone else, because my assumption was that, this book probably is a lot about Mr. Siddhartha because there was a mention of him. But it took me like a couple of days, to actually open the book and then start reading. When I started reading, I realized that, this is something completely different. It gives a completely different perspective to I should talk, all the earlier speakers have spoken more about, the quality of the book and, the characteristics of the book or how they have written it. But I should talk from an entrepreneurial perspective is what I felt now. Having worked for an entrepreneur for 20 years and now being an entrepreneur myself, I think this book means a lot to every entrepreneur. Captain Sahana, when you're promoting this book, because like Mr. Pillai said in the beginning, that book writing is one part, but selling is another part. So when you're trying to sell this book, I think you should talk about how this book inspires an entrepreneur, how this book can actually give a lot of good insights to an entrepreneur highlight. Because what I felt, an entrepreneurial journey, it is so good to dream. It is so good to dream big and start an entrepreneurial journey. But when you start the journey, you come across so many challenges. Nothing is easy. And when you are, navigating these challenges, many a times you make these mistakes which are unintended. And when you make a mistake, when the outcome, is not going to, is not going to aid you in your growth, it's going to become an impediment in your growth. That's when, you take a step back, and then sometimes you feel that, you have lost the journey, or you have been unsuccessful, whatever it may be, right? But this book, deals with the whole story in such a way that the main character Anand, gets really disturbed with whatever happens in his journey. But when he really goes on and gets into that, the final pages of the book, when he decides to probably end his life, or get out of the whole situation, God gives him another chance to survive. This is something, which I have probably in the last 2 years, I have thought few thousand times, why didn't Siddhartha get another chance? But what has happened has happened. Nobody can bring him back. But I was so elated, when I read this story that Anand comes back to life, and again, he's able to go back home and be available for his family and for his people. That is an ultimate way of telling every entrepreneur that, look, no matter what kind of journey you go through, end of the day you have a family for whom you are responsible to be alive. And if you think back, any mistakes you have done, you can correct it and make another start. That is the way I think this book has inspired me, and I'm sure it is going to inspire a lot of new entrepreneurs, who are starting so many new startups in our country. I think this book should be promoted to this community of people. So that's what I want to say. Once again, thank you very much for having me here. And it is a great honor for me. And trust me, this is the first time I'm talking in a book launch, and I'm very elated, and I'm like super happy about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Putraj, for your.
So thank you. You have really brought a completely different dimension. That is like, even when I read the book, I did not think through like this, because entrepreneurs basically they go through lots of ups and downs, and once you find almost a dead end, but still after that dead end, that you can find some tunnel of light. So this is something very nice dimension that you have brought in. I think we should read it in this dimension and take it.
Thank you so much.
That inspires a lot of startups. Thank you.
Thank you, Manasa. Thank you so
Can
much.
I ask CT Joshi sir to speak a few words? Sir Joshi sir, are you available?
Joshi sir, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Or Kirtana, can we call and connect this thing? His call on this.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. He can speak over the how we did it for HN Suresh. So thanks, Sir Putraj Alige. It was very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Manasa.
Yeah. Positive.
He's just working it out. Sorry.
Okay. Did he pick the call?
Yes,
No.
yes, I'm on the call with him.
No. You ask him to speak over phone so that we can.
I think someone's just helping him figure it out.
Okay. Okay. No problem. So thanks for your patience, because this is technology, and there will be several issues of this kind in most webinars and these kind of online programs. So we'll try and sort it out quickly.
He's having issues with the phone connectivity as well. So if we can continue, and then whenever he's back, we can get him on the meeting.
Oh, okay. I'll do one thing. If you don't mind, C.T. Joshi has written his. Okay, so I'll just read what C.T. Joshi mentions. Anand is a poignant story of intense human nature. What makes it tick is that readers readily connect with it, since most of them would have gone through the feelings and experiences of characters, especially those of Anand and Alma. So true to life they are. Amazingly, author Sahana Madam's and Wisdomite's fund of knowledge and power of observation are superb. From nature to lifestyle of Kodavas, to coffee cultivation to samba tradition of Brazil. But it should be noted that her descriptions never interfere with the narration of the story. Their style is simple and direct, the hallmark of literature these days, not ornate or bombastic as in the past. So this is what C.T. Joshi has mentioned. So once he joins, we'll give him an opportunity to speak. Is
Mansa,
okay,
he's
Kirtana?
here on the call with me. I'm just going to connect him through.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, Joshi, sir, you can speak.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Dear friends, in the beginning, let me express my regret that there are some technical hitch here. There are some problem. Now, I think I will be able to, you are able to hear me. And if first, let me congratulate Sahana Madam and her all her team for the excellent and extremely readable novel they have given. For that, my heartfelt congratulations for them. Now, let me speak briefly about Anand and the art of storytelling. Now, like any creative endeavors, there is no hard and fast rules for storytelling. It is primarily subjective. But broadly speaking, there are some indicators for a good story. To develop this skill of storytelling, practice and perseverance are very important. That it requires time, but also it is also a natural gift, as Sahana Madam has amply has in ample measure. One ingredient of a good story is that mastery over language. Once literature was ornate, flowery, bombastic, it was exclusively preserved of pandits. It was now such a style has been outdated. Today, literature is simple, directive, and also it is effective. It reaches out to the masses as novel Anand does. And there is no need for you to keep the dictionary by your side. But good language is one of the ingredients, as I have told you, but it is not enough. It should be good connect with the story. They will connect with the story if the characters are human, true to life, with commonplace feelings and experiences of you and me. Like players in Anand will do it. Author is the kingpin. He is the brain behind the venture, but he should not speak too much, as some authors do. Characters should speak for themselves, like Anand, Alma, and others in the novel. Story should unfold through events, situations, and actions of the characters, not through the speech of the author. If the author goes on speaking for himself, then it will become an essay and it will not become a story. Now, descriptions have become an integral part of all the stories these days, but they are not essential. But still, you find descriptions of different types in most of the stories. And Anand has also got ample descriptions like nature, different moods of nature, Kodava culture and lifestyle, Kodava marriage ritual, coffee cultivation, samba dance of Brazil, etc. they show the power of insight and observation of the authors, but they never hinder the flow of the story. So the story goes on without any problem. Now, Anand overcomes the inhibition about Ananya. That is how the novel ends. It might have started, but the thing is, this is a positive and very wholesome note. But may I make one suggestion that the story, the novel should have started on this positive, wholesome note, and all the earlier events story should have been taken. Then it would have become, in my opinion, that it would have become more effective and for readers and more readable. I think some of you may not agree with me with this particular last observation. That is my observation. If you don't agree with me, please excuse me. In the end, again, let me congratulate Sahana Madam and all others for the excellent book they have given to us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Joshi sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Sahana, you want to reflect on that because initial draft of yours was flashback, right? And
yes,
then you
my
changed it. I
initial
just wanted
draft
to
was
ask you.
flashback, and then later on,
Yeah,
we changed.
because I had read the first version of the script. I remember that it started with that as what Joshi sir is suggesting, and then it was changed this way. So thank you, Joshi sir, for mentioning that. I really like the point that it positivity and ends with positivity, and that's what the readers would like to take it as a takeaway from that book. Thank you so much for your words. And now open this platform to our authors, Captain Sahana Sundar and Wisdomite. I request Naina to present a brief profile of Sahana Sundar. Sahana Sundar, who is the founder of Spark, and we are all talking about her on a everyone telling about what is Sahana. She has been grooming themselves as great writers. I request Naina to read out her profile. Naina, please.
Yeah, sure. Sahana Sundar. She is a revolutionist who has an interest in serving society and loves to take up leadership roles. Hence, she jumped into politics after she voluntarily retired from a government job. She served as a Class 1 gazetted officer and as an instructor in the National Cadet Corps, the largest youth organization of India, for more than 32 years, where she imparted meaningful training to the youth of the country. Her love for the literature surfaced from her younger age when she developed a distinct prowess in storytelling, which brings her in affinity with fiction writing. As a prolific writer, she has to her credit several published and unpublished articles, short stories, and poems. Most of her published stories include Depression to Expression, My Mother-in-Law, An Epitome of Love and Compassion, etc. Sahana's zeal for writing has led her into founding a writing guild called Spark Igniting Minds, where she has given a platform to the budding authors who express themselves through words. To encourage writers, she started Spark Publications for publishing written by Sparkians in the form of anthologies and also books written by individual authors. Her passion for writing was as well fueled by her father, who was a journalist. She feels writing is therapeutic as she gets immense satisfaction when she expresses herself through words. Amongst her visions, the most practical to her is to spend her retired life publishing them while making a career in politics. Over to Sahana.
Thank you, Naina. Ladies and gentlemen, and dignitaries of today's meet, it's a great pleasure connected to you all and have your attention in the spirit of celebrating the book launch of Anand and Spark Awards. My co-author Wisdom and I immensely appreciate the presence of Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai whom I adore for his simple nature, regardless of his prestigious stature and fame. We'll ever imagined for once that our book will be appreciated and encouraged by outstanding personalities like Radhakrishnan Pillai, Vasanti Hariprakash, Suresh B.N., Shankar Venkatraman, Puttaraj Alige, and C.T. Joshi. Thank you all for gracing this online event. My love to all Sparkians, family and friends, for you are instrumental in encouraging us while we were writing Anand. Though writing Anand was quite an uphill task, owing to the large amount of research that we had to do to make it cross-culturally realistic and also from a business viewpoint, I would like to thank God Almighty for his constant powerful support. My dream of becoming an author lay dormant for several years, and today I feel satisfied to see my name printed on a cover page. My debut novel, Anand, written along with Wisdomite, a Nigerian writer, resonate the guts and passion of a compassionate coffee printer. The tale of lasting love, deepening sorrows, and boundless empathy that we have delicately woven may move your heart, grapple you to the novel, or you may love to advise for improvement. It would be an honor for us to receive remarks and review from you all. The inspiration Sorry, Wisdom, you can come again.
No, you can continue, Sahana. I think there was an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
The inspiration to embark on this project clicked from the very day that Sri Siddhartha Hegde, the coffee king and the owner of Cafe Coffee Day, passed on. His sudden demise threw the whole country into a shock, and I was not an exception. I ruminated for days over the loss. To pay a tribute to the coffee mogul, who literally changed the landscape of coffee shops in India, especially among the Gen Y of the times when CCD had started, I had asked Parthians to write about him. Many poured their hearts out, each dribbling emotions over the demise of the coffee king. When I shared all the works with my broadcast group, Wisdom, a Nigerian writer, got inspired by the articles and asked me several questions about Siddhartha. I couldn't answer many as I hadn't researched much about him, nor did I know him well enough. That was when we decided to embark on a writing journey, weaving a story of our own, a coffee mogul who was beginning to take shape in our heads and slowly weaved his way into our hearts. Wisdom and I penned various versions of our own understanding of the story concept and discussed them together, worked and reworked on it until it turned into Anand that we are launching today. I immensely thank author Ishwar Sundareshan and journalist Chaitra Arjunpuri for being our editors. Their intervention bridged gaps in the story, removed all chaff, and helped us chisel our novel. Chaitra's intervention made our novel more educative and interviewing with her advices on detailing. While the story idea was predominantly minnow to my understanding of the where it is set, Wisdom articulated several of my ideas and through his creative and presentation skills made this a masterpiece. This book is a combination of Indo-African intelligence, as he calls it. I'm glad to voice out that during this journey of our writing, Wisdom and I have developed a strong bond, a bond similar to that of mother and son. We hope that we can take this forward and produce more challenging works of fiction together. Yes, our lives go sometimes ticking and sometimes toppling as we pursue our dreams and passion. During this journey, we learn that life has dimensions beyond chasing wealth and fame. The compassion for the people who have special needs and the satisfaction one gets by serving the physically and mentally challenged gives immense satisfaction of a very personal side. In this story, one can see the protagonist evolving to a greater vision. Anand, the entrepreneur and protagonist of our novel, apart from being a light to several families, learns that there is more meaning and purpose if he embraces to serve the underprivileged and special children. Though a fictional work, we have tried to ensure that the characters are real and portray the physical world. Meet Alma, a charming Brazilian who is brought up in the Western culture but adopts the traits of an Indian woman. She vows not to marry anyone but Anand and remains truthful to her promise till the very end. Meera is the portrayal of the Indian woman whose grit and determination helps her springboard her ill-fated daughter, even if it meant that she had to take on the role of both parents despite Anand being a part of this child's life. We are sure that each of you would love and support us in our first endeavor as author. Thank you once again for honoring us with your presence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sahana. So to just say a few words, like how Sahana groomed herself as an author, because what I know, 10 years back, she had sent me 100 poems that she wanted to publish, right? That was your aim, that you wanted to recognize your as a starting as it and evolving as a novelist. So your aspiration has always reaching the next level. So an amazing person and an amazing writer. With all the obstacles you have faced in your life, you have emerged as a shining star. From all of us here, we congratulate, and I'm sure that something more is there to come for all of us as readers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Along with wisdom, you have attempted knowledge and thoughts into this wonderful novel. So thanks for bringing out the inspiration novel. You have to put together how everything started and how you put a lot of and how your thoughts and wisdomite thoughts were bridged, and you tried to make a beautiful novel. Thank you for giving this outstanding novel. So now I would like to introduce our distinguished author, Wisdomite, Koshi Oforbuke Wisdom, popularly known as D. Wisdomite, is a Nigerian author and mentor. He is a carefree thinker with superb dexterity in creative writing, a good listener, and an easy-going young man with unique skills in crafting short stories, children's stories, novels, screenplays, etc. Wisdom holds a bachelor degree of arts in history and international studies from the University of Nigeria. He has several published and unpublished short stories, full-length, among which include Love in This, Zepho, Daughter of Blood and Skull, The Mind Speaker, etc. He is also the founder of Oland's Publishing Company, which offers readers an online access to short stories, articles, fictional stories, etc. His hobby is teaching, reading, singing, watching movies, and preaching the gospel of Christ. So, Wisdomite, if you are here, we would like to hear from you directly. Otherwise, I request Prasanna to play the audio of Wisdom. Wisdom, are you here in the meeting? Okay, Prasanna, can you play his audio?
Yeah. Wisdom, if you're there, please switch on your camera.
No, I'm checking. I don't think he is here. He's not here.
I think we can play his audio.
Yes.
Little more volume, please.
Thank you, Wisdom. Thank you very much. Wisdom has decided to come and reside with me, and he wants to get married, in the, I mean, according to the Hindu rites. Okay, and I have to.
Hindu tradition.
He says that, Mom, you have to stand as my biological mother and do all the. I mean, you'll have to do my wedding as my biological mother, you say.
That's great. Okay.
So
So
now,
thank you, Wisdom. Wisdom's words was straight from his heart, actually. Yeah.
so you have to do not Kanya Dan, but Ladka Ka Dan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thanks to Wisdom from all of us from India here. Thank you, Wisdom. Whatever you spoke from your, that we could sense everything. We could really feel what you said. Thank you so much. Okay, so to let you know, Anand, the book is available on Amazon.in and .com US. It is also available in leading stores of Bangalore, Bookworm, Book Hive, Book Home, Book Fair. It will be available on Crossword shortly. And now, before we go the awards, Spark Igniting Awards, we had combined these two actually, the launch of Book Anand as well as the Spark Igniting Minds Awards. So we'll let us take a few reviews of the book of Anand. Over to Kirtana. Can you take it forward, Kirtana?
Thank you.
Before reviews, Kirtana, we'll ask feedback from the audience also. If anybody has read the book,
True. If there are any questions, our authors are here. Sahana is here. So you can just ask a few questions, or if you have any feedback to share, it is open for all of us. At least one or two we would like to listen. Any questions do you have to Sahana?
Dina has raised her hand. Yes, Dina, can you please unmute and speak?
First of all, great congratulations for your book, ma'am. So as a very keen reader, I am amazed to see a book on such a different topic, which is a story of a coffeepreneur. So my question to you is that what inspired you to come out with such an amazing thing as Anand?
Yes, I do. I really don't know, Dina, when Anand passed away, it really touched my heart, And I knew him only as a coffee king and nothing much about him. And I only knew he was the son-in-law of Chief Minister Krishna. That was the only two information that I had with me, and he's the owner of CCD. These were the only, and after that also I did not research or I did not try to find out what kind of a personality Anand is. But it's really a great preneur like this who revolutionized coffee culture in India. And how did he decide even to suicide? That was my question really. And at a very young age, he journeyed into river Netravati. That really touched me, and I was I really wept, And I asked all Sparkians, and every Sparkian was so attached to him, and the way they brought out the articles was amazing. Actually, that inspired me. Those articles of the Sparkians. So I take inspiration from Sparkians. Being along with being one of the Sparkian, I really congratulate all Sparkians who are here, who have ignited me to write on Anand. Thank you very much.
That's great, ma'am. That's really great.
Thank you, Dina. Anyone else who would like to share something about the book, if you've read it, or who would like to ask Sahana any questions? All right. While you're collecting your thoughts, may I request Prasanna to please present some of the reviews that have been received for Anand? Yeah, Prasanna, can you please share the reviews? For the benefit of those who are watching the program from the phone, I'm going to read it out just so that, in case you're having issues of clarity, it'll be easier for you to understand. Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, the first one is yours. Anand, the novel touches your heart right from the first word. Mr. C.T. Joshi, so true to life they are. Some of the readers on Amazon, they've said, love the twists and turns in the plot and the cross-cultural concept. And I can't agree, more to this. There are a lot of twists and turns. Just when you think that the story is going to go in a certain direction, it takes a complete turn. So, I'm not going to reveal too much and let you enjoy the twists and turns. Another author, Ishwar Sundaresan, who was also one of the mentors at the Spark Writers Retreat, says, Anand is an ambitious modern-day saga that spans continents. Well, that's me. Anand is a book that takes you on a scuba dive, and it's practically a scuba dive across cultures and traditions. The minute aspects of the culture, traditions, commitments, passion, and emotions are beautifully brought out. Thank you, Prasanna. stories like that that have been written by people across various age groups. Our youngest being Abhijay Jaiprakash, who's just a teenager. And the third book is, of course, by yours truly. It's called Storm Beneath the Grey. And few of others of Spark's previous publications include A Dot That Changed My Life, 50 Cases of Gratitude, Quote Unquote, Labyrinth of Relationships, A Melange of Outpourings, Delete Log Off, Shutdown Corruption, which was launched by none other than Dr. Kiran Bedi, Soul Sojourn, Supernatural Secret, which was authored by Zara Basta, a young teenage author, and For Whom Our Media by C.T. Joshi sir, and The Art of Reinventing You by Marutesh. In recognition of the immense contributions towards Spark, we would like to acknowledge and thank a few pillars of our support. May I request fellow Sparky Tejaswini to kindly announce the winners of the Spark Stalwart Awards. Over to you, Tejaswini. Tejaswini, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Sorry, I was speaking on mute. So, thank you, Kirtana, for giving this opportunity to introduce the Spark Stalwarts. Wouldn't you all agree with me if I say we are under the spell of a powerful gravity today, a kind that can charge us up to the fullest? And I hope it's not too dramatic to say that it is Spark Igniting Minds gravity that is binding us all together. As stars in a constellation form a pattern in the galaxy, displaying a certain deterministic character, Sparkians form a wonderful constellation in the writing universe that emanates and oozes out positive and life-changing experiences through words that form pearls in the ocean of wisdom the world seeks. This ensemble of Sparkians from across the world is making a perfect constellation called Spark Igniting Minds. This is who we are and this is what we do. A round of applause for everyone, please. Right. If you stand out today for the sizable contributions towards Spark by exuding rarity, it humbles and gives me immense pleasure to call upon these stalwarts. Please join me in celebrating these stars and share your wishes generously. As I announce your names, please switch on your cameras and you could acknowledge and also talk a few words. The first one in the list, Aparna Dedia, contributing writer of Spark, Life Positive and Balavihar, editor of Soul Sojourn, and a ghostwriter. This award is for you, for your immeasurable commitment. And as one of the oldest members of Igniting Minds, and also patronizing Spark's event. Please join me in presenting this award to Aparna with a round of applause. Thank you. Aparna, are you on the call? Okay. All right. So moving next, Sulekha Chandra. Sulekha Chandra is the founder and CEO of Beyond Paradise, an award-winning entrepreneur, emotional intelligence coach, research scholar, a youth mentor, corporate trainer, global speaker, author, editor, and reviewer. This award goes to Sulekha Chandra for her editorial contributions and commendable support and encouragement towards the growth of Spark Igniting Minds. Sulekha is the editor of Labyrinth of Relationships, published by Spark in 2019. She has also written various articles and blogs and judged several Spark competitions. She is an active member of Spark. Additionally, Sulekha has inspired a lot of writers to join the Spark community. Please join me in presenting this award to Sulekha. Thank you. Sulekha?
Yes, Tejaswini, thank you so much for this introduction.
You can say a few words, Sulekha. Yeah.
Yes, all I would say, Captain Sana and the entire team of Spark and all the people who are guests over here, that Spark is about hope, healing, and harmony in all aspects of life. If you really have to search for meaning, you can visit Spark. That's all I can say. And it's all about the progressive mindset that
Captain Sahana Sundar has exhibited time and again through her encouragements, through her continuous efforts, through her continuous programs. That's what has kept us going. And I'm feeling so attached, so proud to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful journey called Spark Igniting Minds. Thank you so much. And Sahana,
Thank you, Shilekha. You have been a very...
leadership. I would say
Yes.
this language is leadership, and you have shown that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sulekha. Okay, all right. We shall move on to the next person, Dr. Ghazal Bansal. Dr. Ghazal Bansal is an associate professor and an Ayurvedic yoga practitioner, founder of Conscience Connect, spiritual evangelist, gold medalist in a doctoral research in political sciences. This award goes to Dr. Ghazal for immeasurable contributions towards developing the content for the website of Spark Books and as an editor of quotes by Sparkians. Please join me in presenting this award to Dr. Ghazal with a huge round of applause, please. Yeah. Is Dr. Ghazal call?
Yeah, hello everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, good evening. First of all, congratulations to Captain Sahana for her, brilliant journey into this beautiful world. Novelist, being a novelist means something because, it's not easy to write a fiction, creating a storyline in the deepest realms of your mind and putting it on the, paper is something a great mind can do. And I have no words to express my gratitude towards her because she is the one who has given expression to all of us. Anybody can write, but it is somebody who can give that right expression to words, and words are nothing but they are the voice of your soul, right? And she is a person who can, pull anybody, to that realm where you can shine bright in the literary world. A very down to earth woman, a humble person, an amazing personality. And I have been very, very lucky and fortunate that she came into my life. And it is because of Spark. I am what I am today. Ma'am, it's all because of you. If you would not have called me that day, that D-Day when my life changed, I was struggling in my life, and your one call made my whole life change. The platform which you gave me, I am known by that identity. I don't know any other Ghazal Bansal. I am a Sparkian from my heart, and it is you who gave expression to the voice of my soul, and I will be indebted to you throughout my life. And whatever I can do for you, I think would be very, very less what you have done for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ghazal.
Thank you, Ghazal. It's an honor and humble gratitude to you. You are a wonderful person who have been, who is an inspiration. I take inspiration from you for being so humane and really inspiring other Sparkians. Thank you very much, Ghazal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Moving on. Chetan Bansal. Chetan Bansal is a senior corporate executive turned social entrepreneur, advanced pranic healer, psychotherapist, and a life coach. This award goes to you, Chetan, for magnanimous contribution towards developing and managing Spark's websites and managing the social media and digital outreach of Spark Igniting Minds. Sparkians, please do join me in presenting this award to Chetan. Chetan, are you?
Yeah.
I see you.
Thank you so.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Congratulations, ma'am, for the wonderful journey. So it's almost 4 years now we have been associated. And what I can say is Spark is all about the trust. The way you have trusted everybody in this journey is amazing. It's all about the authors who are attached with the Spark. So that keeps me moving for all the website work. because I feel if we have an expression to write, we have the expression to share, and that's all about.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chetan. You have been a loving brother, and the help that you have provided. You are like I can say, you are like a jasmine which is hidden amidst bushes. You even don't come out yourself and say you have done something for Spark. And your perfume has it is like as if the perfume of the jasmine which spreads all over. It is something a great contribution from your side, Chetan. I really thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Dr. Sujata Singhi. Dr. Sujata Singhi is a serial best-selling author, multi-world record holder, life skill educator, international trainer of sound therapies, spiritual sciences, corporate wellness trainer, motivational speaker, certified life and transformation coach, licensed NLP trainer, sound bowl trainer. She is also the founder of Divine Soul Sound Institute of Sound and Spiritual Sciences. She holds 5 doctorates from India and abroad and is the only doctorate in sound therapies and spiritual sciences in Asia currently. She is recipient of prestigious Gem of India Award, Ashok Sthamb Award, Dr. Sarojini Naidu International Award, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Award, prestigious Sentinel Award by Rotary. This award is presented to Dr. Sujata Singhi for contributing as a co-author for Spark Books and for conducting a powerful workshop at the Sparks Writers Retreat 2021 and extending a commendable support and encouragement towards the growth of Spark Igniting Minds. Please join me in presenting this award with a huge round of applause. Dr. Sujata, are you on the call?
Yeah, thank you so much for this honor. And it's indeed a pleasure to be a part of Spark, which ignites minds and helps people to express out their thoughts through their words. And I would like to congratulate all the people who are here and wishing all of you the very best. And this is just a journey which is the beginning. I'm sure as you are going to be connected with Spark, many more new pathways are going to open up and new light will be ignited. So congratulations to all of you and thank you once again.
Thank you, Dr. Sujata. Sahana? All right, moving on. Vijay Sampath. Vijay Sampath works for an MNC as a principal consultant and is associated with Spark for a long time now. This award goes to you for your valuable contribution to Tidal Wave's book launch event, Spark Writers Retreat, venue selection, pre-planning sessions, and maintenance of accounts and marketing ideas. Please join me in presenting this award to Vijay with a huge round of applause. I think Vijay is not on the call. He is not well, so I will just move on. We'll have to give him offline. Hitangsi Bhutta, a passionate writer, apart from being a dedicated homemaker, she ignites minds with words that revolve around positivity. Your writings are profound and inspirational as a co-author of books and quotes writer. This award goes to you for valuable and insightful contributions to the anthologies of Spark Igniting Minds, Spark's blogs, and Spark Promotions. Please join me in presenting this award to Hitangsi.
Thank you so much. And congratulations to Sana ma'am, first of all, for your book launch. And thank you ma'am for all your support till date. And just because of you, I'm being recognized as Hitangshi Bhutta ma'am. And it's a great journey to get connected with such a beautiful people all over here. Because of you, I'm known as a writer. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Hitangshi.
All right.
Thank
So
you.
moving on. Just relook. Give me a moment. Yeah, the next award goes to Hi, Shruti. I see you on the call. Shruti Raval is an associate education series one of the youngest members of Spark. This award goes to you for your infectious enthusiasm as one of the youngest Sparkians and for being a wonderful facilitator of the Spark pre-retreat sessions 2021. Your contributions towards promoting Spark on social media platforms is highly appreciated. Sparkians, please join me in presenting this award to Shruti.
Ma'am, and good evening, everyone. I'm so delighted to be here, and congratulations, Anna ma'am, for the wonderful book launch event. And I am really excited to read the book, Anand. And for the award, I would like to thank my mentor. If you are here, Sulekha ma'am, if you're listening, I would like to thank her for inspiring me to write. She's the one who initiated my writing journey and for connecting me to Spark. And I would like to thank Hannah ma'am for believing in me and giving me an opportunity to contribute for the Writers Retreat. And I would like to thank Kitina ma'am, Tejaswini ma'am, and Sunil ma'am, Chetanda Dagaldi for always guiding me and all the budding authors out there. And the best thing about Spark is that we all encourage each other as a budding emerging writers, and that's what is the best thing about Spark. And my fellow Sparkians will think that the act of writing itself is so rewarding, and I'm so happy to be a part of this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shruti. God bless.
Thank you.
Just give me a moment. The next award goes to Rupa Rani Busa. A homemaker living in California, is a nature lover, the beholder of positive power, a believer of social services, a passionate teacher and a well-organized writer. This award is presented to you for your immeasurable commitment and active contributions towards anthologies, blogs, and articles, and for providing an international platform for Spark Igniting Minds. Please do join me in presenting this award to Rupa. Yeah, I don't think she'll be in the call. It is too early for her. So Rupa, are you there? Okay.
No, she's not.
Okay. All right. So moving on, the next award goes to Deena Kumar. Deena Kumar is the youngest active member of Spark and a poet. She is a mechanical engineering student, a motorsports enthusiast, runs her own NGO Snehamai Disha. She is an young entrepreneur of a financial consultancy called Modus Operandi. Deena writes prolifically and believes to be the change that she wishes to see in the world. This award is presented to you for your valuable contributions as one of the youngest co-editor of Spark books like Delete Log of Corruption, quote unquote, and for your active promotion of Spark Igniting Minds by creating promotional videos and taking writing classes. Sparkians, please join me in presenting this award to Deena. Deena, are you in the call?
Yes, I'm there. First of all, thanks a lot for honoring me with something which will be cherished for life. And while I mention Spark, I always believe that Spark Igniting Minds is a platform of what Rabindranath said, that where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth. And that is where Spark begins, where the words come out from the depth of truth and where we all are not divided, but united in something which is known as the essence of writing. I am glad to be a part of such an esteemed platform where I'm surrounded with alchemists like Sahana ma'am. And it takes me immense pleasure to call myself a Sparkian. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
Thank you. All right, so the next award goes to Milind Kher. Milind Kher is an emotional intelligence specialist, an NLP practitioner, and ICF certified life coach. Works with the human mind and human relationships. This award goes to Millionth Care for your commendable support and encouragement towards the growth of Spark Igniting Minds. You have been an online promoter of Spark and an ardent motivator in the group. Please join me in presenting this award to Milind. I don't think Milind would be in the call because he messaged he would be traveling and it would be difficult for him to join. So I am just rechecking if he's there in the call.
He's not there, Tejaswini.
All right. We shall move on to the next person, Dr. Neeta Beda. Priyadarshini awardee from Government of India, Dr. Neeta Beda has various awards to her credit. She has completed doctoral research in naturopathy. She's a yoga teacher and an internationally acclaimed tarot reader, healer, and a counselor. She runs a motivational research foundation, Miracles, to make each and every human motivated to live a contented life. Her spiritual e-school called Soul Journey helps a lot of youth in spiritual path. This award is for your commendable support in promoting Spark on offline platforms and encouragement towards the growth of Spark Igniting Minds. Spark is especially thankful for having hosted guests during the book launch events, Dr. Neeta. Dr. Neeta? Are you in the call?
Dr. Neeta, are you there?
Yeah,
Yes,
I can see her
hello.
on the
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. This has been a wonderful 4-year journey. And thanks a million to Sana ma'am. I don't know how she found me. I suddenly get a call and there I am. The thing which had in the back of my mind for years, I used to write in my university days, and then it had taken a backlog because of the family responsibilities and a lot of work at home. I start writing, and that was the most pleasurable journey I ever had in my this 36 years of married life, Sana ma'am. And I'm heartfully grateful to you for introducing me to Sparks. And Igniting Mind, it is true. Better mind and makes forget your challenges. And when there were the relationships, I got out and nothing compared to what I have received in return. Great from the whole team Spark making me a part of the journey and hoping to meet you all physically. Was hoping, but unfortunately we are virtual, and this virtual event is also truly as good as a physical event. We're thoroughly enjoying this journey of launch of Anand. Sana ma'am, it was as true as you have been talking about Anand being so graceful or ordinary qualities in you too, and wisdom. You have really contributed to this book very well, which just realities ended 1 week back, and hoping to finish reading the book and sending the reviews to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Neeta. All right. So moving on to the next person in line, Neha Ankit Kadakia. Neha Ankit Kadakia is the founder of Hastakshar Self-Made Divas. Neha has got Delete Log Off, Shutdown Corruption, Labyrinth of Relationships, Story Through My Eyes. She has also contributed towards managing the book launch events. Your commendable contributions, this awardable contributions support and encouragement towards the growth of Spark Igniting Minds across digital platforms, and for being an excellent team builder. Please join me in presenting this award to Neha.
On the call, Tejaswini.
Sure. Moving on, Nandini Rao. Professional coach committed to coach quality of goals. This award is for your commendable support as workshop facilitator and encouragement towards the growth of Spark Igniting Minds. Please do join me in presenting this award. Huge round of applause. Nandini?
Taking it from the hand of Rabindranath Tagore, writing for me was to express myself. But I was a closet writer. I was so scared of showing what I wrote to others. I mean, for years, for decades, I have been a closet writer, but Sahana became that wind beneath my wings and gave wings to my writing. Today, I have been a part of many of her talks and published by Spark. Thank you, Sahana, for being and giving that I am a good writer. Thank you.
Thank you, Nandini.
Thank you, Nandini. Moving on, the next person, an enthusiastic and a prolific, having been a physics teacher by profession, is rich and life experience that puts in the form in wonderful and inspirational form of writing. This award is presented fundable support and encouragement towards the growth and promotion of Spark Igniting Minds. Please join me, Sparkians, in presenting this award to Aparna with a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much. First, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Captain Sahana and Wisdom for the launch of this book and bringing everyone back into this, once again, this platform, in the Zoom, which we really, it really flourished, especially during the retreat that I had seen. I've come new into this group, and what I find, basically it reminds me of Christopher Hitchens, a renowned yesteryear's journalist, who had said that everyone has a book in them. It should be, but what I found is an atmosphere where everyone can just come out without having any sort of negative criticism. There's always something constructive. And, basically carried on this. I've seen her for, not as long as, but it has been, an eye-opener to see how many hats she dons at one point of time. She's joined politics, she writes books, she encourages everyone. She's always having this, meetings on the platform. So I think this is a wonderful journey for many of them, and this is going to keep growing bigger and better with time. All the best, Captain Sahana.
Thank you, Aparna. You're always an inspiration to everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Moving on, the next person is Meenakshi Raina. Meenakshi Raina is a passionate writer, blogger, co-author, reviewer, and a spiritual practitioner. This award is presented to Meenakshi for contribution to Spark Books as a co-author. She also has contributed as a judge to writing contests with contribution to Spark articles and blogs, commendable support and encouragement towards the growth to Meenakshi Raina.
Thank you so much, Tejas. And so much right now. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Anna Sundar ma'am for creating this beautiful platform for each and every one of us and giving us a recognition, as a writer, as an author, and as a blogger, which was not possible without you, ma'am. I really owe this journey to you, my writing journey. I'm really grateful to you for every word which I express in the form of blogs and in the form of quotes. Whatever I write, I owe it to you because you have given us so much inspiration. You yourself is a big inspiration for all of us, and I'm so grateful to you. And yeah, definitely today is your big day, and I congratulate you for this big day, and I wish your book a great success. May it be a bestseller globally. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meenakshi.
Thank you, Meenakshi. All right, moving on. The next person is Nitusmita Saika. Nitusmita is a nationally acclaimed poet, contributed to national and international poetries and anthologies. She writes for various magazines. By profession, she is an instructor in National Cadet Corps. She is an ardent animal lover and a social worker. Neetu Smita has contributed to Spark books like Labyrinth of Relationships, Delete Log of Shutdown Corruption. This award is presented to Neetu Smita for a contribution to Spark books as a co-author, contribution to Spark articles and blogs, and for her commendable support and encouragement towards the growth and promotion of Spark Igniting Minds. Please join me in handing over the award to Neetu Smita. You're in the call.
She was there, but I think, yeah, she's there, but her screen is frozen.
Okay.
Okay, I think you can continue and we'll let Neetu talk in the end. Yeah, is she back? Neetu Smita, are you back?
All right. Just in the interest of time, moving on. The next award goes to Samir Kotwal. Samir Kotwal, experienced professional having held various roles in sales, marketing, HR, customer relations, training and resource kit development. Samir is certified soft skill and behavioral skills trainer accredited by Scottish Qualification Accreditation. This award is presented to Samir for his contribution towards planning, preparing the script and anchoring mega book launch events at Mumbai. Samir has also reached out to celebrities for the book launch event. Additionally, Samir has influenced many writers to join Spark community. Please join me, Sparkians, in handing over this award to Samir.
Samir is not on the call, Tejaswini.
I think he just left. He was there till now. Okay. Moving on, Vivid Bansal. Vivid Bansal is a manager turned writer with an interest in exploring artistic part of literature through empathetic writing. He is an active and enthusiastic contributor. He has contributed to various articles and stories to Spark. In the book Story Through My Eyes, Vivid brings out Prati's emotions eloquently when Kamdev was burned to ashes by Shiva. This story has touched a lot of readers by heart. This award is presented to Vivid Bansal for his contributions to Spark books. Please join me, Sparkians, in handing over this award to Vivid. I don't see him as well. Okay. So this brings me to the end of the list, and I would hand it over to Sahana for the rest of the Stalwart Awards. Sahana, if you're there, please do take on from here.
Thank you, Tejaswini. Now it's time for me to introduce my three angels, Kirtana, Kiran, and Tejaswini, the most intimate members of Spark. We together formed a fantastic four group when the idea of Spark Writers Retreat were about to take its wings. Imparting the art of fiction to the aspiring authors was too challenging. They did it with an extraordinary passion, zeal, and enthusiasm. The syllabus was formed, topics were discussed in depth before they presented to the participants. Their awe-inspiring grit and determination in conducting the sessions to perfection are commendable. It was in their guts to learn and impart, to perform and to excel. Their curiosity and inquisitiveness to delve deeper into knowing the art of fiction helped them to conduct their sessions effectively. Let me introduce each one of them personally. Kirtana Venkatesh. Kirtana Venkatesh is a writer of incandescent talent, fueled by a mix of intelligence and brilliant editing skills. She has helped Spark to bring out excellent anthologies. She has edited 5 books and published her own solo novel, Storm Beneath the Grey with Spark. This courageous book of fiction is meant to be savored. Her intense desire to help the budding authors of Spark has made her popular, and people adore her for her boundless empathy. A great pillar of strength to Spark, a selfless person who takes time off for Spark in spite of her busy schedule. Her indomitable spirit for Spark should remain forever, and I'm so fortunate to have her on board. She conducted the writers' retreat and contributed magnanimously right from planning, strategizing, and execution. Thank you, Kirtana, for all the support and being so encouraging, and I can share anything with you at any time, and you are there too.
Thank you, Sahana, and thank you for having such faith and trust in my abilities. Thank you.
Next, Hiral Kaur. Hiral Kaur is divergent in her own ways. A multi-talented Hiral has a penchant for learning, and her sharp editing skills emerge her to be a co-editor for many of the Spark books. Apart from perfectly mentoring the participants of Spark Writers Retreat in fiction writing, she conducted sessions on meditation that transported us to a place of peace and tranquility. She is a strong, straightforward, altruistic woman with multidisciplinary interests, and her contribution for Spark is immense. She has a knack of writing compelling, powerful, and effective stories that were published in Spark anthologies. I'm immensely proud to have her on board, and it is lovely to interact with her. Thank you, Hiral.
Thank you so much, Sahana, for this kind words and this beautiful platform that you've given us. Thank you.
Next, Tejaswini. Meet a brilliant stalwart Tejaswini, quote maker, thought provoker, and a creative writer. Having a penchant for science fiction, I'm sure she will successfully come up with one shortly. She is a great support to Spark. Though techno-professional, she strongly desires to immerse herself in literary endeavors. Her significant contributions to Spark, especially during the Writers' Retreat, will further lead to strengthening of Spark. One gets ultimate luxury when passion is combined with contribution, and Tejaswini feels so. She has expressed this feeling of satisfaction several times. Thank you, Tejaswini, for all the support, and I'm proud that you are on board.
Thank you, Sahana. And on this book launch day, I would extend my heartfelt wishes for the success of your book. And I think this platform, as I said at the beginning, it's an ensemble of stars, and you being the at the core of it. So I see this as an ensemble of stars forming a constellation. So thank you for everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sahana. Thank you, Tejaswini, for announcing the Spark Stalwart Awards. Moving on, writing a book is no mean task. To write, publish, and succeed with recognition in the literary ocean is a much larger achievement that needs to be recognized and rewarded. Today, Spark takes the pleasure to honor select authors whose literary contributions are commendable. May I request fellow Sparkian Hiral Kaur to kindly announce the awardees.
Thank you, Kirtana. So now we move on to the awards for Spark Book of the Year. The first awardee is, the first person is Kirtana Venkatesh. Now, what do I say about Kirtana Venkatesh? It's a name that needs no introduction. I call her the pillar of Spark Igniting Minds and the ball of energy who's always ready and to help. She's a journalist, marketer, and co-author of several anthologies, including A Melange of Outpourings, Labyrinth of Relationships, and Story Through My Eyes. She was recognized for her literary works as a young poet by the International Society of Poets, Maryland, USA, and by the Poetry Society of India with her and print format organizations. She is also the Writers Retreat, where she actively mentors wannabe authors. She's authored the book Storm Beneath the Grey. The resilience and tenacity of human spirit is unfathomable. Look around you and you will find that spirit alive and thriving in everyone. However, there are a few that simply take your breath away. Storm Beneath the Grey celebrates the tenacity of 5 such people that probably you may know or can relate to, who weather the unfathomable storms that come their way and rise above them to continue their dance of life. It is not just the protagonists, but every character that has come alive to portray varying degrees of this tenacity and resilience, which makes Storm Beneath the Grey a book that can make you smile, laugh, cry, wrench your heart, fly in joy, and sigh with simple pleasure. Please welcome Kirtana to receive this award. Kirtana, if there's something...
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hiral. Thank you, Hiral. Thank you, Sahana. And all the Sparkians here who have purchased the book and have sent me such wonderful, reviews and messages. And for those who haven't purchased, Prasanna has just shared the link. So I do hope you share your love. And I hope you enjoy reading the book. Thank you once again.
So the next person that we have is Shreyansh Dikshit. Shreyansh worked as a chief manager in Indian Oil and graduated in electrical engineering from NIT Trichy in the year '86. He's a marathoner who ran 8 half marathons and 1 full marathon. Currently, he's a motivational speaker whose motto is that anything is possible for anyone. About his writing journey, he has co-authored 3 anthologies published by Spark, Igniting Minds, Soul Sujun, Delete, Shutdown, Corruption, and Labyrinth of Relationships. His first ever book, When I Met Myself, published by Crossword in 2019, and the Hindi edition, Mujhse Meri Mulaqat, was released in 2022. This book, When I Met Myself, is a non-fiction about discovering your real self and unleashing the talent inside you to be successful and enjoy every moment of your life. Please welcome Shreyansh. Shreyansh, would you like to say something about your book?
Yeah, thank you so much. I was thinking like it is all women's world, and there is no man around here and author. So thanks a lot for bringing in a man here, and I am really indebted to Captain Sahana Sundarji because the name, the site name of this Spark itself speaks about itself, because nothing can happen without a spark, and that spark was generated. I am actually in a corporate world. I am working with Indian Oil, and I'm not a writer at all. But when I I had written my first article in that book, 3 books rather, Delete, Shutdown, Corruption, Labyrinth of Relationship, and Soul Sojourn. And they were, released by such eminent personalities. So I thought I became a little bit selfish. That's why I could not contribute much to the spark as a Sparkian. But that spark generated in me, and I thought that why can't I write a book myself? So that was the spark, and that has really changed my life. And being away with retirement for a few years, I think I am really indebted to Sanaji, and I extend my heartiest congratulations and best wishes. I have not purchased the book yet, but I'm going to do it just now after this. And I'm so grateful to her because the way she, has united all authors around, and with the spark, people have become very big. And I never believed I will be an author. And secondly, once what happened, I received a phone call from her for translating something in Hindi. And I was thinking to translate my book When I Met Myself in Hindi, and I waited for a year. I was looking around for people who can sort of translate it, but somebody said that why can't you yourself do it? And it took me only 6 months. So what I mean to say is that anything is possible. Only thing is a spark is needed, and I will really indebted throughout my life to Captain Sahana Sundarji for giving me that spark. Thanks a lot, and all the best for launch of this book, Anand, which I am going to purchase just now. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dixit. So the next Spark Book of the Year award goes to Srijata Bhatnagar. A little about Srijata. Srijata is a global speaker and setback leadership. Using the power of setback leadership, she helps clients leverage failures to accelerate their professional and personal growth. She believes that everyone goes through terrible times, tough times at some point in their lives. Most people get stumped by those, whereas true leaders see setback as an opportunity for exponential growth and success. Her book, Setback Leadership, brings forth stories of such incredible leaders who have turned their setback into their breakthroughs. Through her book, shares the tools and techniques used by them, thus equipping the reader to learn the skills of handling setbacks like a pro and turn every adversity into an opportunity of a lifetime. Please put your hands together to welcome. Rita, would you like to say something about your book?
A call right now.
Okay. So let's move on to Dr. Sujata Singhi. Dr. Sujata Singhi is an author, life skill educator, international trainer of sound therapies, spiritual sciences, corporate wellness trainer, motivational speaker, certified life coach, licensed NLP trainer, sound of Divine Soul Sound Institute of Sound and Spirits. She is the author of the international bestseller book Power of Sound. She has also authored Cut the Crap and other three pieces about wellness and spirituality. Her book Reclaim Your talks of how every spirit can awaken the money manifestor in you. Please welcome Sujata Singhi to claim her award. Okay, I don't think she's there. Okay. Dr. Sujata Singhi, would you like to say something about your book?
You're muted, Dr.
Yes, thank you so much for this opportunity to be a part of this journey of Spark. The book has been actually been published by various publishers, but it was very kind, Hannah ma'am, to actually take this into consideration. Which has been honored. It's also been receiving various awards. So what is this book about, which is gripping so much of attention from people? First and foremost, this book is all about understanding the balance of life and how we can discover through the step-by-step procedures to changing the course of life from frustration to fulfillment. And I have used these strategies across various people, not just in India, but also abroad. And these are people who are not just the people who have really risen in life, but they are the people who have had their struggles and have been able to use the scientifically proven methods and moved ahead to become the leaders we see today. So the book is 17 people who were interviewed personally by me, and these are the international personalities who have made not just India proud, but it has contributed to mankind. So this book is something about which is very close to me and which took over 2 years, because generally I write a book in a couple of days, like Cut the Crap, which was written 2 days. This book has taken, I would say there is something much more to it than what I could actually think of. And if you would like to know more, grab the copy and see your life move from being way ahead than what you actually thought of. We are all stalwarts, so we have a right to live happily. So Reclaim Your Riches is here to stay and create a better life. That is what the motto is about me. Thank you so much once again. And I remember the various hours of talk we put together, understanding how all the books which are under Spark reach to the levels of becoming awarded internationally as well. So thank you so much and all the best to all the people who have here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sujata.
Congratulations, Sujata. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The next award goes to Tejaswini. Again, Tejaswini needs no introduction. She is a very prominent pillar of the Spark family. Tejaswini is an IT professional who has done her engineering in electronics and communications. She's done her MTech in computer sciences. She has worked in reputed firms like Wipro, Harman and Thompson. She's a doting mother of a beautiful teenager and maintains a perfect balance between her various roles as an IT, as a teacher and guide to her daughter, and a homemaker. She believes strongly in positivity and positive vibes wherever she goes. With all these multiple roles of reading and writing, Tejaswini has authored a book of quotes called Life Gravitas. She has co-authored 50 Shades of Gratitude and has also written the blurb for The Dot That Changed My Life, published by Spark Igniting Minds. Please put your hands together and welcome Tejaswini. Tejaswini, would you like to say a few words about your book?
Thank you, Hiral. Thanks, Spark, for giving me this award. Yeah, so this is a book of quotes. Actually, when I started on my writing journey, as someone said in the group, writing is therapeutic and it kind of heals. So I started on my journey with this collection of quotes, compiling on a day-on-day basis, and I put together a lot of quotes and compiled them into Life Gravitas. So again, thanks so much to Sahana ma'am for considering this book for the award. Thank you so much. And you know what? Storm Beneath the Grey, Tejaswini and Storm Beneath the Grey. I'm so happy, Kirtana. So yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Tejaswini. The next Spark Book of the Year award goes to Surajit Sanyal. He is an IIM Lucknow alumni, having 17 plus years experience in the corporate sector. And as an entrepreneur, he is currently pursuing his PhD. Surajit Sanyal is a polyglot and is fluent in half a dozen Indian languages. He is the author of Confessions of a Motivator. He believes that the 5 delay is the formula for the life you live. This is what you need to reach into your depths so that you can reach the peak. Surajit Sanyal reflects on his personal journey in his book Confessions of a Motivator, which is a book about winning in life. Surajit Sanyal says that a short way to make your life's journey enjoyable and blissful experience is to take care of your cow and Tao. Cow is choice of words, C-O-W, and Tao, T-O-V, is the tone of your voice. Please welcome Surajit. Surajit, would you like to say something about? Is he there? I don't think he's there.
I don't see him on the call.
So next Spark Book of the Year award. Meenakshi is a financial over 15 plus years of experience in management and operations. She is a published blogger, heard 7 different books so far by Spark Publications. Her book Evolve is a book of quotes to self-discovery and fulfilling relationships. Her purpose behind it is to facilitate people to pause, introspect, learn, and evolve their ill conscious. Welcome, Meenakshi. Meenakshi,
so much.
would you like to say something about the book?
First of all, I would just like to express my gratitude. This book, for this award, though it is not published by Spark Publications yet, it's really a privilege for considering this book as for this honor. I'm really grateful for this. And yeah, this book is all about 3 aspects of our existence, which is personal development and spiritual upliftment, and yeah, definitely the relationships, which needs to be fulfilling and enriched. So yeah, I would especially recommend each of you to just purchase it from Amazon or Flipkart, and it's also available on Ocean Press. Thank you so much, Sahana ma'am, once again for this reward.
The next award goes to Marutesh. Marutesh is working as a research scholar and professor. His hobbies include writing articles for journals and blogs. He has co-authored 6 books. The Art of Reinventing You is a book that will not only transform raw students that are out of college to some professional, but also help the corporate employees to express themselves more profoundly. Personality is not only innate, but can be acquired with mastery over certain that may be interpersonal skills, community, public speaking, or group discussion. Please welcome Marutesh to accept this award. And something about your book?
Yeah, thank you very much. I remember when I complete my post-graduation, I came for, and I feel difficulty to get the corporate sector. Then I used to go for library and read. And I made a important points. Sana madam shared a message regarding who would like to become an author. We will help share in the group. Then I would a book and during this yes, I have attended the 2 Sparkians with interaction with them. I thankful to all Sparkians and Sana madam.
Thank you, Marutesh.
Thank you, Marutesh. Congratulations.
Book of the Year award goes Mahesh Bhatt. Mahesh Bhatt is a business evangelist and knowledge humanity partner with industry experience. He's a postgraduate in marketing management, and he's a graduate in electrical engineering with 40 plus recognitions. He has co-authored 2 books by publication, Code Uncode Psyche, Labyrinth of an e-book, Universal Values of Rich Kingdoms. His book, Why Marry, is awaiting release. Please welcome Mahesh Bhatt. Would you like to say something about your books?
Good morning. Heartiest congratulations and passionate captain or leader, and all the beautiful ladies, Vidya Daini, Lakshmi Daini. She's my better half sitting next to me. And in COVID, I really got scared, that if things don't work well, all this gray matter will go with me. And these programs have been taking a lot of corporates, your inner architectures, how you value the value. And what I call, we are suffering from cultural disasters, East, West, we don't know what to take the best. And somewhere down the line, values are core, and we Indians are basically having strong values just because of you good females behind us. Nowhere in the world, women bake so many breads daily the way you do. So, Annapurna, Jai Ramji. And let's keep on writing. I don't know, people are not reading more. That's my personal gut, but ebooks are read. People will read. People will read. The thirst for knowledge will remain. People will come to read. So, keep writing, and one day things will click, and Anand will come. Everything will come to all of us. May God bless us all, and thankful for this platform. And have a nice day. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Here's my wife Kirtida behind me. 30 years we
Thank you, madam, for attending the launch.
She's my boss, so she has to check what I do. On a lighter note. God bless. Thank you.
The next Spark Book of the Year award goes to Mr. B.S. Ranganathan. Mr. Ranganathan was serving as a civil engineer. He worked with major corporates like Simplex, Mahindra, Double Cola, etc. Mr. Ranganathan exchanges wisdom through his own website and blogs. He has written a book in Kannada, Marubhumi, which means desert in English. It is based on real-life sufferings of a woman whose efforts to survive and she deserts this world, leaving behind 2 children. Mr. Ranganathan, would you like to say something about your... Is he there? I think he's not there.
He is there. Rangnath?
Rangnath, sir, please say something.
Sir, if you're muted, can you please unmute? All right, I think we'll move on. Yeah, we'll move on, and whenever he's back, we can ask him to say a few words.
Okay. Yeah. So moving on, the next award, Spark Book of the Year award, goes to Mr. C.T. Joshi. Mr. C.T. Joshi is a senior journalist who has spent 5 decades in English, Kannada, and on TV. He has edited and published his own English Kannada bilingual Dhwani Voice. He has edited and edited journalistic published by Karnataka Madhyam as a summary to norm conduct brought out by Press Council of India. He has been the TTC for People, History of Bengaluru Metropolitan Transport Corporation, BMTC. His English book, For Whom Are Media, published by, is described as a textbook for graduate course in journalism of Bengaluru University. This and his Kannada book, Huddegagi Swabhimanada Bali, Compromising Self-Respect News, are objective overviews of today's Indian media with concrete telltale instances. The book talks of how we should retain contacts with our news sources without sacrificing our dignity and graciousness. Press freedom, unrestrained with restraint. Countries would be overriding consideration. Many elements, not political alone, try to use or manipulate media for publicity, their only asset, and how media men should keep them away and near. Please welcome Mr. C.T. Joshi to receive this award. Mr. Joshi, would you like to say something about your books?
ಬೇಡ ವಿಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಬೇಡ.
ಜೋಶಿ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಮಾತಾಡದ ಮೆಸೇಜ್
Should we move ahead? Mr. Ranganathan, would you like to say something? I can't see Mr. Joshi.
Yes. So, congratulations, Sahana Madam, for your book, Anand, which I am yet to read and write a review. By the way, this Marubhumi I wrote soon after my education, before becoming a civil engineering professional, 42 years ago. So after that, due to pressures of civil construction, I could not concentrate on writing any other book. Maybe now, since I am retired, I will be able to start rewriting books. Maybe in English, 1 or 2 books I write. So it is so nice. Your organization is conducting all these functions. Wish you all the best. Let such functions take place. Let more authors emerge. And let lot of inspiration come to new authors, as well as lot of good message come to the society. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rangnath.
Thank you, Mr. Ranganathan. Okay, I think Mr. C.T. Joshi is not around, so let's move. The next awardee is Zara Basta. Her book, Supernatural Secret, is the first of the 3 books written by her. It talks about a girl who lives under her shell and is forced to face a world filled with cruelty and darkness. In this journey, the girl faces situations just like any other young girl does in today's world. But not everybody gets an ending they seek. This book can be that comfort read for them to relate to. Zara, would you like to speak about the book?
Yes, sure. Thank you so much, Hiran, for such a good introduction to the book. And I would also like to thank, of course, Miss Captain Sahana Sundar for helping me bring this book out in the world. So when I wrote this book, I was just 16. I was in my 10th standard, ready to give my board exam. And that's when came to mind. And at the age of 9, I got the confidence to go in a book launch that was done in tidal waves for Delete Shutdown, the corruption, that book that was launched. And there is where I met Captain Sahana Sundar, and I showed her my book saying that, I'm a young Indian author who's like willing to put this book out in the world for the young girls to read and get motivated and inspired by. So I would really like to thank her for helping me be an author. Have that author name before my name was such a happy and wonderful moment for me. So thank you so much, and I'm so happy to be part of Spark and be a proud Sparkian. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Zara, for publishing with Spark.
Thank you so much.
All the best to you.
Thank you.
The next Spark Book of the Year award goes to Colonel Zahid Siddiqui. Colonel Zahid Siddiqui is 74. He has served the Indian Armed Forces for 38 years. Amongst the various awards that he has received, the Gallantry Award of Sena Medal was awarded by the President of India for fighting the militants in counter-insurgency operations in Northeast. He has sustained bullet hits and has been operationally deployed in various sectors, be it desert, jungle, or mountains. His writing journey comprises of the following books: Dilapidated Forts of India, Speed Dating, Animals in Islam, A Bachelor's Handbook, Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Etiquettes, Ethics in Sex and Marriage, Believers, Rise and Awake, Adab, Shishtachar, Tolerance and Unity, Pleasure Women, Life of Indian Sex Worker, Tayari Mein Hoshiari, Wisdom Lies in Preparation. Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Etiquettes has been introduced in colleges and schools as part of the syllabus. Please welcome Colonel Zahid Siddiqui to receive his award. Colonel, would you like to say something about all the books that you've written?
It's so there.
I think he's there.
I don't see him in the meeting.
Okay.
I think he got dropped off.
Okay. So that's the last that we have for the Spark Book of the Year award. Now over to you, Kirtana.
Thank you, Hiral, and very hearty congratulations to all the winners. In December 2020, Sahana and I were in conversation ideating a writing workshop, and Sahana had this brainwave of offering a comprehensive program for wannabe authors. So we approached Tejaswini, Hiral, and Shruti Raval with the idea, and we had an immediate buy-in, and that is what turned into a very successful program called the Spark Writers Retreat 2021. So following a selection process from multiple applications, the retreat was conducted online owing to the pandemic. And this happened in August last year. And the program, as I mentioned earlier, included a 5-day intense residency program with literary giants such as Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, Vasanthi Hariprakash, author Ishwar Sundaresan, linguistic expert Dr. Mangai Karsi, theatre artist V. Balakrishnan, wisdom, and celebrated image consultant Sonia Pardesi. During the 5-day retreat, participants were introduced to the finest nuances of writing. This can be right from the way you build your storyline, to develop your characters, to give personality and layers to your characters, to bring realism, scene management, and even, to the extent of going and giving our participants information about publication and much, much more. Following the 5-day session, participants have been undergoing a 6-month intense mentorship program to write and complete their books. While it's been an immense pleasure to interact with our participants, Spark would like to acknowledge your infectious enthusiasm and participation in the retreat. I take great pleasure to introduce everyone present here to our up-and-coming authors who were mentored at the Spark Writers Retreat 2021. First up, Prasanna, if you can, yeah, all right. We have Aparna Bandopadhyay, one of our very enthusiastic participants and a very sweet person to interact with. Debolina Gupta, who's had a very checkered life and who's trying to bring about on women entrepreneurs who are not recognized and from the real world. Dr. Manasa Nagabhushanam, who was also one of our anchors today of the event. And we have Gitanjali Singh, who is working on a pro-women concept. Girija Mishra, who is writing another concept on relationships. We have Harish Waila, Ishita Sarkar, and Kokil Bansal, Rachit Kabra. Rachit is, in fact, I think he's here in the meeting as well. And Sudhir Jain and Venkatesh R. So while we have these 12, participants, who underwent the program, and, many of them are coming up with their own novels. Some of them have even started and have kind of finished a major portion of it. Over the last 5 months of the Spark Writers Retreat, we, the mentors, so primarily it's been, Sahana, Tejaswini, Hiral, and I, we've had a very enticing and enlightening journey with our mentees. However, there have been 3 mentees who have literally stood out, for their enthusiasm and their dedication to the literary world. Today, Spark Igniting Minds is delighted to present to them the Spark Retreat Awards. The Bronze Award for today goes to none other than the spirited Bakar Chand, who is none but Rachit Kabra. One of the most energetic participants and a wonderful writer. Rachit is being mentored by Sparkian Hiral Kaur. May I request Hiral to please speak about her experience with Rachit. And Rachit, if you're there, please, can we have your camera on?
Yes, you're right. I already did.
Yeah, this camera is on. So Rachit is popularly known as Bakar Chand. That's the name he's chosen. And if I have to describe Rachit, I would describe him as a bold, adventurous guy who's extremely focused on what he does. The 3 A's to describe him are: he's alert, he's active, and he's action-oriented. His grip in writing is, is well appreciated. He knows what he's writing, and he can really weave a story around anything and everything. He's got immense focus on what he's doing. Rachit, would you like to say something about your story that you're writing?
Sure. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that, Hiral and Kirtana and Captain Sana. Of course, a beautiful ceremony happening today. About my story, I think being amongst so many established people today is kind of making me a little nervous about what I'm writing. What I have realized is yes, what I write is kind of in the face. For people who are risk aversive, it's something that is going to feel a little beyond their imagination. For the people who are risk takers, will kind of gel well with the story itself, and that's the kind of adventurous person that I am, and that's what I put into my story. What I truly look forward to is how each one of you is unable to drop the book once you start reading it. That's about it, right? So thanks a lot. Thank you so much for the award. Thank you, Sana. Thanks to all the mentors as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachit. Yeah, thank you, Hiral. Thank you, Rachit, and we're really eagerly looking forward to reading your book. The Silver Award for the session for the Spark Writers Retreat goes to. Thank you, Prasanna. The Silver Award goes to Venkatesh, who is one of the quietest participants of the retreat, but who very silently drafted a storyline of repute. So may I request Venkatesh's mentor, Sparkin Tejaswini, to speak a few words about it?
Hi. Thank you, Kirtana. So Venkatesh, as you mentioned, is a very silent participant of the retreat. But yeah, silently he has to me is very passionate, desirous, and determined to preserve the ancient performance art. And he has chosen Yakshagana, a traditional art form of Karnataka, to bring this to fore. So he's bringing up, alive. Like I said, he's very passionate, desirous, and determined. Determined, right? So to bring out this ancient art form to the fore. So he's bringing these qualities alive with his kind of outlined, and I was surprised to see him put across a detailed outline. It was not simply a pager, a detailed outline of the story, which speaks of struggles of the artist. He, when the protagonist is trying to fight tooth and nail to promote the art while dealing with politics and the need for modernization. So this is something which put me in awe, and many congratulations to Venkatesh, for bringing up the storyline and having that strong desire and passion to weave it into a complete novel. Congratulations, Venkatesh, again.
Venkatesh, would you like to speak a few words?
Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah. Thank you so much, Tejaswini, for those very kind and encouraging and motivating words. I cannot really thank you enough for being very patient with me, and having connected for several weeks, and with so much of patience, and waiting for the drafts to come in, and then read through that and come back to me and give you suggestions and improvise on that. It's been an amazing journey. In fact, the entire Spark retreat has definitely has transformed everyone. In fact, not only me, everyone as who started with as budding writers were able to somewhere see themselves, substantially. They will be able to thing for sure, and that really gave that encouragement, motivation, and the confidence to do even more better, actually. So thank you so much for that, and I congratulate Sahana today for that immense work that she has done for her Anand, and great work, in fact. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And, I also thank Hiral and also Sahana once again for every opportunity that has been given to me in this, and thanks everyone as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Venkatesh.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Venkatesh.
So much. Before we move to the to the gold medal, the gold medal awardee, I would like to just make a quick announcement that we also have with us Sudarshan Pukale, a Sparkian, in fact, one of the stalwarts of Spark that I would say, who has authored a book called, Sudarshan, are you around, please? Can we have your camera switched on? Sudarshan, are you there?
Yeah, I see him. He's muted.
Kirtana, he had just got disconnected. He will be joining back again.
Okay.
So yeah, Sudarshan has also authored a book which talks about the manner in which you can change your perspective and your thinking to ensure that you are enriched, physically, emotionally, and monetarily. So congratulations, Sudarshan, and whenever you're back, we would like to hear from you. Meanwhile, moving on to the final award, which is the Gold Award for the Spark Writers Retreat. I like that. So the Gold Award of the Spark Writers Retreat goes to our youngest participant and a very wonderfully promising writer, Sanchita Kopa. Residing in the US, Sanchita could not really attend the live retreat sessions completely, and unfortunately, she's not there even here today because it's too early in the morning. However, her diligent reviewing of the recordings and very active weekly mentorship participation has helped her draft a very brilliant fantasy story. In fact, mentor, what took me has been her thought process and her sensitivity towards various social psychological aspects. And in fact, it's not because I'm her mentor, but I'm very certain that her book is likely to touch the hearts and souls of millions of readers across the world. With the way she has approached this social psychological aspect. So, congratulations to all the three of you. Congratulations to all the stalwarts of Spark and all the Spark Book awardees. May I now request Sahana to speak a few words and deliver the vote of thanks?
I think Sudarshan is back. We'll ask Sudarshan to speak about his book.
Yes, Sudarshanji, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Sahana madam, for giving me this award, and I'm really very grateful to Spark, and it's been a really great journey since last couple of years, and I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the Sparkians who have been really very enthusiastic, and especially thanks to Sahana madam because for creating such a beautiful platform for all the upcoming writers. It has been a really great platform, and many people have been able to believe in themselves that yes, they can also become an author by joining Spark as such. And also, I especially thanks to Sulekha Chandra for introducing me to Spark group, because I never knew that such type of beautiful group is also been there. And thank you very much, Sahana madam and Sulekha Chandra. And I wish you all the very best for your book, Anand. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Now, let's see if Zahid, Siddiqui and Joshi has come back. Have they come back?
Joshi sir, I can see him there.
Yeah.
Joshi sir, can you unmute yourself, please? Sahana, I think he's having network issues. I think we can continue.
Okay. Yeah, Krishna. Okay.
Sahana, you can deliver the vote of thanks.
Okay.
We are waiting for the pearls of wisdom now. We're waiting for the vote of thanks or pearls of wisdom or whatever you call it.
Congratulations to all the awardees. It's been a long day today, and I want to keep my speech short and sweet. I'm sharing my honest feelings today. The love that Spartans have showered on me and Spark, and associated with such and powerful thinkers has always made me more ambitious. I have gained rich insights, brilliant inputs, and my writing has just gone. I know many of you want to share the same kind of experiences. Everything about Spark is so joyous and spiritual. Isn't it so? I see we are slowly escalating day by day in the literary world, and I know there is a bright future ahead for Spark. I'm waiting for breakthrough moments to happen. Yes, some kind of revolution in our thoughts and strategies may help us tread long distances. Spark Publications, with a view to give wings to the writer's dream of becoming authors, is strengthening day by day. We are exploring various options to market our books. Marketing is quite a big and tough challenge, and to penetrate the book market in these days is quite tough. After conducting the first writers' retreat start has gained a lot of power and confidence. I'm sure the next retreat in June will span various continents of the world. Only your support, cooperation, effort, and responsibility will take Spark to the peak of her path. Thank you all Sparkians for being an inspiration, and your words have inspired me to write a novel today. And I have become an author only because of Spark. Thank you. Continuing, I feel proud and privileged as I have been introduced to the world as an author today. More than that, my heart is immersed in a sense of gratitude for having great luminaries like Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, Vasanti Hari Prakash, Shankar Venkatraman, B.N. Suresh, Puttaraj, and Joshi who have appreciated my book. I thank all of them immensely for taking time off their busy schedule and sharing their experiences on Anand. A special mention of Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. I take him as my guru and adore him for being so inspiring and supportive. I thank my dear Sparkians for participating and sharing their experiences about themselves and Spark. I thank my family for their great support, especially Samartha, Manasa, Nayana, Bhargava, Deepika, and Jyoti for being a support in both in writing endeavors and conduct of the function. I thank Chaitra Arjunpuri and Ishwar Sundareshan for painstaking fact-check each little detail within the book and has given this book its final polish. I thank Kirtana for her motivation and being a constant support in all my Spark endeavors. She is my friend, philosopher, and guide. I also thank Kiral and Tejaswini who have conducted the program with great fervor and enthusiasm. I thank iAsia News Music Vidyasagar COO for live streaming this program. They are connected to more than 170 countries across the world. Dr. Prakriti Prabha and I who have listened to my initial draft patiently. They are the real source of my. I'll be working in my duty. I don't have content production. I doubt that should I be in all times and in all aspects. My sincere thanks to the press who have come today, and I hope you are giving the coverage of this program. And I also thank, lastly, I thank my co-author, Wisdom, my son, my salute to him. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, one and all, for being present here and making this function a grand success.
Thank you, Sahana, and thank you to everyone who is present here now and who was also there through the rest of the ceremony prior to this. I hope you all had a good time. Please do pick up your copy of Anand. You can pick it up from Amazon. You can pick it up from leading bookstores if you are in Bangalore. And very soon it'll be available in crosswords across the country. So thank you very much and have a lovely Sunday ahead and a very, very good and successful week ahead. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanaji. Congratulations to whole Spark team.
Thank you, Sulekha. You have inspired so many, and you have brought so many authors to my Spark. And I'm very, very grateful to you.
Always a pleasure, always a pleasure.
All the best, Sahana ji. You are such a wonderful person.
Thank you.